stayed home. Officials in New Delhi, India have closed schools indefinitely because of toxic levels of smog blanketing the city. Some power plants running on coal have been shut down. New home construction across the U.S. pulling back a bit in October, down 0.7% from September. But the Commerce Department says homes are still being built at a quicker rate than this time last year. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News.
When you needed your mom, she was always there with the Vicks Vapor Rub. She used that soothing scent to calm you. And her mom used it to calm her. And her mom, well, you get the idea. Vicks Vapor Rub's always been there. It always made you feel better. And today, it still does. Bring back those childhood memories with the comfort and care only Vicks Vapor Rub can bring. Vicks Vapor Rub, family tradition for a reason.
That's a no-whip, high-foam, 170-degree, sugar-free gingerbread latte.
Ah, yes. It's gingerbread latte season at Duchesne's Coffee Shop. He'll need a seasonal barista before his cookie starts to crumble.
Anything else? Oh, there's a list.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
There's some backlash in Metro Denver over a vaccine requirement for unseated events with more than 500 people. That goes in place on Friday. Andy Klosterman with the Colorado Event Alliance says he thinks the industry is being unfairly targeted.
It's not like it won't help, but it's just not enough. So it's, again, you got to go back to like the fundamentals of like why are we putting this measure in the first place.
Klosterman spoke to our partners at Fox 31. He says the Event Alliance would support a wider vaccine passport system. Health departments have also come out in support of wider measures. People across Colorado are being urged to get their flu shots this year. State health officials say doing so could help reduce the stress of healthcare systems and workers who are already responding to a spike in hospitalizations because of COVID-19. Last year, more Coloradoans than ever lined up to get a flu shot amid the pandemic. Health officials say flu cases typically start to increase in the fall and then peak between December and February. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Biscuit Sandwich. Just $1.
2 accidents on the freeways right now. Overall, it's a good drive, but do watch for some slow traffic northbound I-25 approaching 6th Avenue, staying slow all the way up through to Colfax, actually, with some heavy traffic there. And if you're on I-70, again, overall a good drive, but there is a left lane accident westbound approaching Colorado Boulevard. That has jam-back traffic to around I-270 with that situation. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, cool today, a high of only 40. Tonight's low 27, and then mostly cloudy.
And they knew Bernie couldn't beat fucking Trump in a million fucking years.
All right, everybody, who's in the hole? I got 4 of y'all out there. I see you. Y'all don't see me. But I see you.
They say Kamala will be the 2024.
Really?
It's so far away.
According to this one article, they say they can't not do it.
Can't not do it, huh?
Because it'll look too racist and too sexist.
You know what? They're going to call everything, going to throw every name at everything that anybody on
Isn't that
either
funny?
side does.
So if you don't check the boxes, you know, you can't be anything.
Do you know only 4 sitting vice presidents have pursued the presidency?
Really?
Yes. I thought way more than that.
Pursued?
All 4.
Wait,
Yeah,
what do you mean by
In other words, ran.
So
Only
Al
4
Gore.
They said, I don't know who they are actually. It says here, oh yeah, hold on now. Here, they name them. And here's what they said.
Bush, Al
Only
Gore.
4. Humphrey,
Got a
Bush.
lady in here. Hey, Marcy, how
Who
are
is
you this
Bush?
morning?
Oh yeah, Humphrey,
Al Gore,
Big
Biden.
Bush, Al Gore. Who's the other one?
Biden.
Richard Nixon.
Well, Biden, that's 5 then. Didn't you just read 5?
Presidency. Richard Nixon, Humphrey, Bush, Gore. I think they're not talking about Biden. I think this was Richard.
Well, I agree. You shouldn't talk about him, nor is he
But-
really a president.
but
I find it hard to believe
hold
they're
on,
cutting
and
him
in
out.
all cases, oh no, he did not pursue. He did not run right after Obama. He did not run.
Oh, so they
We're
don't.
talking about succeeding their president.
You left that out. That's important. Once again, your diction.
Not as dangerous, diction.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255 is our number. We will go right to the phones and solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints like we always do. Just a little reminder that we talk about everything near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. If you have a problem, don't let it fester. One thing that we've noticed here is that when people wait a long time, it makes it more difficult to solve the problem. So let's go to Kim. Kim, welcome to the show. What's happening, Kim? And I want to tell everyone, you can also call 303-MARTINO 24/7. That number always works. You can leave a name and number, and we'll get back to you. That's 303-MARTINO. What's happening, Kim?
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Oh, hey, I've got a student loan debt that nowhere in my lifetime that is 64 right now that I'm going to pay that off.
Now, when was that? I'm curious. Now, when was that debt incurred?
2012. It started about 2012 and ended in 2015.
Okay, so what did you accrue and what did you do back then? What did you study from 12 to 15?
Well, it started actually in 2010. I got a associate's degree in medical specialties.
Yeah.
Decided I didn't like touching people. Sorry.
Okay, that's a bad field to be in then.
Yeah, that medical tech, that's out. So I chose to lean towards the office start of things, and actually did get a job. Worked 4 years in the doctor's office and really hated it. So. What I did is they told me, I could go back and get get a bachelor's in this, and a whole lot more jobs would open up for me. Well, that wasn't exactly the case.
Is that what you did? You went back and got your bachelor's?
Yeah, and then they talked me into a master's degree. So
my goodness! Wait a minute. So you're sitting on a master's right now?
Yeah, nobody wanted to hire me. I don't know if it's age or what.
Well, then a bachelor. I want to know what is your master's in?
Health administration.
Well, and you tell me you cannot get a job with a master's degree in health administration?
She doesn't want a job.
Well, not exactly. My mother got sick.
Okay.
She's 80. Well, she was 80. 81.
How much do your loans amount to?
About 84,000, 113 with interest.
100.
So, I can pay on it till I die. It's forgiven then. So
they can pull it out of your Social Security as well.
No, I'm not sure.
Yes, they can.
They're not defaulting anybody right now and taking Social Security. I don't know of anybody having their Social Security taken. I know they might be able to, but man, that would raise a lot of horror.
Anyway, I'm not worried about that. They'll set me up with a payment plan.
Right. Most people do that.
I saw this ad on TV about CTU is where I went, being a predatory lender. So I sent you a link to a website that I got online.
Listen,
and
there is a limited amount of student forgiveness.
Well, here's the story. I talked to a fellow named Angel there at Allied.
That might be a scam. That might be a scam you're getting. I don't know what you're talking about.
I haven't done anything yet. But
all right, let's look into it. Suze, do you have that link she sent us? And you said you sent it to us, and it's a link.
Yeah, there's a link within my email about the website I looked at and the phone number that I got there. Now, I've looked up financial services online, but it's a little kind of hazy about student loan forgiveness. So I really haven't signed anything. I told them I would investigate it.
The student loan forgiveness that people talk about, they're under very strict circumstances.
Well, that's why I called you, because it sounds too good to be true.
And we used to have an expert. And what, Suze?
Tom, I emailed it to you.
Okay, what she gave us? All right.
There's some stuff for teachers. There's some stuff
for first responders,
if you're
right?
Permanently disabled, first responders. I don't think she falls into any of these categories.
Oh wait,
No,
this was from MSN.com. So was this an ad? Let me see if this is an ad or.
Well, it was an article. I read a lot of the online articles, just watching what the heck's going on with the world. I never really used to do that before.
This looks like an ad to me, but
age, right?
this looks like an ad to me, but it could be.
Well, I saw first of all, it talked about on TV.
No, I understand. There are some legit programs, okay? But there are a lot of scams that. Did this person want money up front of any kind?
Well, they told me they could get forgiven on $84,000.
My question was this: do they want any money up front?
Well, they said they'd do it for $1,300, or I could split it out to 6 payments.
It's a scam. I'll tell you that right now. It's a scam because
that's why I called you,
because
I had
student forgiveness, true student forgiveness does not charge you. They take a portion, listen to this, they take a portion of the payoff, and they do not, absolutely, positively do not charge you. So I know right now, without even thinking about it, what you're involved in is a scam.
Well, I haven't done anything. So.
Don't do it. Don't. If you want real student forgiveness, I'm trying to figure out where the hell we go. We used to have a guy that did it. He's a kind of nut, but he did it. And he did it the right way because he got someone I know off the hook for a lot of money, but he since went crazy. You know who I'm talking about, Mark. Maybe you don't. I'm going to give you a hint. He showed up drunk.
Oh, don't get me going with
that. Don't talk about him. Okay. So anyway, the guy had true problems, and
I remember that.
He used to work. No, he really used to do a good job.
Everybody's thinking Mike now that's listening to you. It's not. I don't want people to think it's your old board op or your old.
No, not Mike, our producer. He was always drunk. I'm talking about someone who showed up drunk once, and it was bad. So hold on a sec, all right? Dave may have some information on this. Dave, go ahead. Kim's on the phone listening as well. What do you know, Dave?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good, thank you. Do you know about true student forgiveness, student loan forgiveness?
Well, I work with a student loan expert for my clients, and this guy knows everything there is to
Can you hook us up? And is he doesn't charge money up front and all that stuff, right?
He doesn't charge money up front. How he gets paid is
on the payoff.
The percentage.
That's right.
What he saves people.
Yeah.
And he has done some unbelievable things. One client of mine had $180,000 worth of student loans. He had a payment of $1,800 a month, and Larry got his payment down to $335 over the phone in a half an hour.
No.
And not refinancing. This guy knows everything there is to know about student loans. So that's what his.
Can you get us in touch with him?
Well, yes. They have to go through me, but.
Well, Dave. Okay. In other words, Dave, I don't mind that, but I need to talk to him. I want to talk to him and see what he knows. We don't have to give out any information. I don't want to circumvent you if you use it. When you say your clients, what do you do, Dave?
I do financial services.
Okay. All right. Are you a registered financial advisor? Are you a fiduciary?
No.
So what do you do? Do you sell products?
I do, well, what your other guy does.
Life insurance?
Life insurance, be your own banker.
Yeah.
Annuities.
Okay, I get what you mean. Now, you're talking about Joe Chiano become the banker. He does that, but he also is a registered financial advisor with the state, and so I'm just like I said, I'm not trying to throw stones at what you're doing. If you know someone and they know what they're doing, I would love to interview them.
Absolutely, and I can get Suzanne the number.
Okay, good. And again, I won't try to circumvent you. You obviously make a finder's fee for sending people to them?
Actually, no. I benefit because I'm able to save my clients a bunch of money and then put that to work for them without
Does he offer this service Does he offer this service just for you, or does he have other people?
No, he does our entire organization. He helps financial companies all over the country, and so he just does a remarkable job for us.
Well, okay, I would love to talk to him. Thank you. Anyone else might know a financial expert who can reduce student loans. I would love to talk to our guy on the referral list that does debt reduction in general to see if he retired. Yeah. Well, let's talk to him. Maybe he knows about student loan forgiveness. He's a genius. So did he do away with that company altogether? Oh God, he did such a good job. He's not even on there anymore. What was his name again? Debt a la carte.
He's in Oklahoma, yeah. Debt a la carte.
Oh, that's too bad. All right. If you know anyone, let us know. Now, Joe says his computer was hacked. Is that right, Joe?
Yes.
Hi, man. Were your crypto coins hacked too?
Some of them were, yes.
Did you lose money?
I did.
How many?
I did. How much?
Yeah.
Probably right now, as it stands, probably about 50.
Holy crap. Hold on. I want to hear about it, see what we can do, if anything. Hold on.
Loans than you think, but I'd like to ask one of our experts.
Well, they take it out of the payoff, though, Mark. They're legit companies.
No. I'm talking the IRS. Oh.
I would love to hear this guy. If you really know his ins and outs.
Sketchy to me.
That fucking guy sounded shady as shit, man. When he goes, $1,800 a month down to $300. I thought I was listening to one of those tax relief.
I've had that done, Mark, for people. It's true. You have to qualify. Now let's talk about Simply Floors
Inc.com. If you're looking for floor coverings, especially for the holidays, or if we're just kicking off the new year, you want floors, you can buy floors anywhere. We all know that. But with Simply Floors, you get better pricing, better installers, and a better overall experience. Simply Floors Inc. is where you make your appointment online. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
A public adjuster that can save you thousands. And what I'm talking about is if your insurance company, your homeowners, or a commercial policy that has anything to do with property, if they're not paying you what they're supposed to, you need to call Matt at Paragon Services. The bottom line is my homeowner's policy said, no, you don't have any damage. Matt got me $70,000. Write this number down. Call them with any questions. 719-726-0020. Paragon Services on referrallist.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
Tom, is there a list of education
certain public sector workers?
That text program is cool. I sent you the website, the login info. I tested a Tom text to you. It came through. I texted back to myself.
I'm gonna log
it's so cool. So we should use that. And then I put on the screen, text Tom at 57739.
I'll mention as soon as I get logged in. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do that right now.
And then when we get our own login, I'll share that with you.
Yeah.
Michael Brown was like, "Yeah, just use mine."
That's because it's only for that.
For now, it's good. For now.
Oh yeah, it shows everybody's text. Leland's, everybody's.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mark over at the referral list. How are you doing? We got a message. You're looking for a carpet cleaner. Yeah, we've got a bunch here. I'm going to give you a couple I really like.
Is there a list of educational facilities that were determined to be predatory and therefore
I'm not sure why, but I've got it right here.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No. Okay. You mean a list of? Oh, no. I know what you're saying. The ones
okay.
who
I'm going to give you zero res.
No, that's a bullshit. Come on, because all of the loans are insured by the government. There are no predatory students. Now there are predatory refinancers. Yes.
Okay, I thought there were predatory, like Cambridge.
No, where they forgave the loan. Not that I know.
Okay.
Not that I know.
Okay.
That sounds like a bullshit. Come on.
1261. I would get just estimates from either of them. Right now, I can tell you Zero Res has 3 rooms for $129, which is a great deal. And then 1261. Yep. All right, man.
Mr. Fix-A-Leak can't do that.
You're welcome. Thanks. Bye.
Tired of leaks or low water pressure? Call Repipe Specialists. And in 1 to 2 days, they can repipe your whole house with new.
They can repipe your whole house with pegs.
For life. Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate and nothing down with no payment or interest for a year.
Yeah, so I found that guy pretty shady, man. Straight up. He sounded like a used car salesman.
All I'm saying, though, is that they do have programs that really do work.
Since it's backed by the government, I'm trying to figure out why any lender in the right fucking mind would give up a nickel. Why would they?
What do you mean give up a nickel?
Why would they lower anything?
Mark, the government designated certain public employee sectors qualify.
No, I know that. I know that part. I'm talking outside of that. Someone like this lady. Why would she get any? Why would anybody do anything?
They also have hardship.
I understand the hardship too. If you don't make enough money, or actually, if you're fully disabled.
So we have to figure that out. I mean, I don't know.
I don't. All I'm saying is the average Joe, I don't think can get any reduction.
Well, I don't know. I know that there was way more help than I ever thought on this bullshit. I mean, it was like, why are they getting relief? And they would find like a program. But you're right. There was a lot of confusion. And there was a lot of misuse of this, and they revamped it, and they revamped it back before Obama even. But this student loan reduction, there are so many people that are getting them reduced.
What she should do is try to switch it over to a regular fucking loan. She'll never find anybody to do it though.
You're trying to get a job now.
Well, she's not going to.
No one holds it.
She just went to college. She's not using her degree. Not only that, didn't she say she got a master's?
Yeah. What the fuck? She sounds like a fucking dummy too. That just goes to show you what education does.
God.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. All right, let's go and find out what's going on in your life. We are going to start having texting to the show. Now, Suze, I'm logged in here. Do I go to listener interaction? Is that where I go for text messages?
Tom.
Okay, I got it. And we will have these. Now, here's the thing. You have to put Tom first. Otherwise, I won't know, because this is for all of the shows. So you can put Tom in there, T-O-M, even if it's for Mark or for any of us. Just put Tom just as a code for us. And text Tom to 57739 and then your comment, right? Is that how they do it? So just text. You can put Tom and then blah, 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 we love you. And then text it to 57739. And then we will get it here on the show. Okay, so you text Tom, and then Tom, whatever you want to say, to 57739. The only reason we ask for Tom is to alert us to the show here.
And if you have questions, just text him and we'll answer them on air.
We can do that as well. 303-713-TALK. Now, we're looking for a student loan expert of any kind. The student loan forgiveness program or reduction program is very confusing. Most of the people, unfortunately, in the space are liars and cheaters, and they get you to pay money up front for the service. That is not how it works. If they're legit, they get paid from the reduction itself. So you don't pay until they perform. That's the way it legitimately works. So please don't pay money up front for student loan reduction. Also, student loan reduction is not available to just anyone. It's available for certain people, public sector employees, teachers, first responders, veterans, certain people. Okay? So please be careful as when it comes to eligibility. And again, I'm shooting from the hip here. I don't know all of the details, and we will find them out as to who is qualified and who is not qualified.
And how about
there is no general reduction for just anyone.
And how about a little common sense before you go take a loan out and go to school? At least, why don't you look into the field a little bit and see if you're going to like doing it? This woman took a big loan out, got a master's degree.
First, she gets an associate's. She doesn't like that. She goes back and gets more.
And she's not using any of the
She goes from a med tech to medical administration or office operations. Those didn't work. Then she gets a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree.
I'm sick of these teachers' unions and these teachers pushing every kid out there to go out and go to college. Let me tell you, a lot of people will make a lot more money in their lifetime.
In trades.
Yeah, way more money in their lifetime in trades.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you guys.
We need good tradespeople. We really do. There's a shortage.
HVAC tech for like fix-it or plumb line can make $150,000
We have a shortage of the trades right now, especially when it comes to mechanics, when it comes to heavy diesel mechanics, when it comes to automobile mechanics, when it comes to aircraft, when it comes to marine. We have a big shortage.
How about sales in general? You get a good guy with a good sales personality. You know what I'm talking about. I don't care what their degree in. They can sell anything and make a ton of money.
Okay, what were you going to say, Talib?
I was going to ask about the difference or a consideration for help and assistance versus loan forgiveness.
There's both.
Okay.
There is not assistance. There's a reduction or there's forgiveness. Okay. There's no assistance in making payments.
All right. So reduction and forgiveness.
That's right. There's two different. Total forgiveness in some rare cases, and then a reduction. And I personally know of people who've had it done.
That anybody can basically take a loan out for college? I mean, do you even like that? You can't get rid of it in bankruptcy. It's almost they're setting certain people up for failure.
Well, for example,
it's a debt you cannot get rid of.
Well, just like loans. There are people
gets rid of loans.
No, what I'm talking about is there are people who take out home loans, Mark. They take out a 30-year loan and they're 80 years old. I mean, okay.
I get that.
I mean, but there are people that, there are certain things that they don't take into consideration. I want to talk to Joe. Now, Joe, how was your computer hacked? This is really important to know. How was it hacked?
Yeah, so there was a cryptocurrency that I wanted to buy, and it wasn't available on one of the wallets that I had, so I went to a different site, which has been out there for a while. It's called Pancake Swap, and it said you need to connect your wallet to one called MetaMask, and I couldn't connect it. And during that process, the chat popped up on the right side of my screen and said, "Can I help you?" And we were chatting.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, Amber, what's coming through on my phone?
Yeah, I'm reading it too.
Yeah, we're all getting it. But anyway, so you
anyway, okay. So we were chatting. She had me try a couple things, and it didn't work. She said, "Let me have one of her techs call you." So a guy called me and said, "What's the issue?" And I told him, and he said, "Well, we're having an issue with MetaMask. Do you have a Coinbase account?" And I said, "Yes." So he said, "Let's try that." And that didn't work. And he said, "Well, there's a file."
At this point, hold on. At this point, you did not own. Let me get it straight. At this point, you did not own crypto.
Well, I didn't. I do. Yes, I did. I did own crypto, but I didn't purchase the crypto that I wanted. There was a specific crypto that I wanted to buy.
Okay, so this tech that called you, is this the tech that hacked in?
Yes.
How did he hack in? Did he do a screen share?
No, what he did was he said, "Your system isn't updated. Go to run and type this in." And I did.
Yeah.
And he goes,
well, that's what you did. You just gave him your information.
Yep.
You went to run and you typed in something that gave him access. Then what?
Absolutely. Yeah. So took a couple of minutes. He came back. And then that's when I got suspicious because he asked me if I had any other wallets. And I thought, well, that's weird. Why would
yeah, man. You just fell right into it.
Yep, I did. But anyway, a little while later, I checked my Coinbase account, and he had withdrawn some crypto from that and sent a request to my bank to buy some more. And so at that point, I started.
So when did you realize when you're giving this guy all this access? Why did he only get 50 grand of crypto? Why didn't he just wipe you out?
Well, at that point, we'll try to be as succinct as possible. But at that point, he took 25. That's what was in that Coinbase account. But Tom, where it gets really strange is I had another wallet on my iPad. Not even I didn't do it on the computer. It was on my iPad. And for anybody that doesn't know about crypto, a lot of these wallets, you have a 12 name access code that you have to put in a specific order. And in that particular wallet, I had one account, and I thought, well, let me distribute it over and put it over into multiple accounts. So if one does get hacked, he's not going to take the whole thing. So as I was doing, I did that, and I did it on my iPad. And a couple days later, I checked the account, and they had gotten hacked. So that's the weird thing for me is how on earth could they have accessed the information on my iPad? Because, and this sounds really weird, and I don't blame you if you're skeptical, but those keys have to be put in a specific order.
So what does that mean? What are you saying? So therefore what? That they have to be put into a specific order. Therefore what? Therefore I didn't do it. Therefore they didn't do it. Therefore it couldn't have been done. Therefore it was the inside job. I mean, what is the therefore on this?
Well, I don't know what the therefore is, to be honest with you. All I'm saying, basically what I'm saying is this is just what happened. And so kind of where I'm at right now is, I think the crypto's gone. I don't think I'm going to get it back. But another issue for me is the hacker was also able to access my email account, my primary and my secondary email account.
Have you been able to seize that back?
Okay, so where it stands right now with the crypto is I had a couple other wallets that I created from scratch, and I was able to put funds in those.
What about your emails right now? Do you understand the damage that can be done? Did you get them out of your email?
The crypto?
The guys that hacked your computer, you said, got into your email.
Yes.
Well, did you get them out of your email?
I don't have access to my email.
You mean
what I'm saying is I can't log into my email.
Because they took it over.
They took it over.
Don't you have a secondary emergency phone number or something or recovery email?
Yes, I do, and they took that one over too. And when I go in and try to recover it with my phone number, it comes back with a message saying it needs two-step authorization, which they put on there. So I've been emailing with Microsoft and with Gmail trying to get.
What are they going to find in your email? Man, you better be concerned about not just crypto, but you have a world of hurt coming your way if you do not do something right now.
Mark, we are all susceptible to major crime, and I'm telling you, there are people that I'll bet you that somebody could talk Deputy Doc out of every fucking penny he has, and he's sophisticated, but he knows nothing about fucking digital.
Between this one and the last one, these two people that we have that have been hacked, the common denominator in their hacking is smart contracts and the MetaMask wallet. Okay, I don't know. I'm not saying MetaMask has a problem. I'm saying someone is writing smart contracts and killing people with it. Because if they went to his if they went to his iPad, they had to go through MetaMask if they weren't in that machine to start with.
Want more of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show? Google the Rush Limbaugh YouTube channel and check out Clay and Buck's
Clip of the Day.
Stuff
wiped out overnight.
The hottest topics discussed, giving you a chance to not just hear the two of them. Get down. Google Rush Limbaugh's YouTube channel and check out the Clip of the Day.
If you're in an accident with
injuries, don't try to do it alone. Don't talk to insurance companies, even your own, until at least you put a call into John Fuller, Fuller Law, with no obligation and free legal advice. I tell you that because it is critical. Free legal advice on your injury, on who's at fault, on the collectability, on what you should do, and if he can help you. If you do decide to hire him, and there's no obligation, he only charges on contingency, only if he collects for you. 303-597-4500. Call 303-597-4500 or look up John Fuller at referralist.com. Also, on Referral List, you're going to find waterpros.net. We're talking about the absolute best water systems at the lowest prices anywhere. I say that unqualified. You won't find better systems, whether it's a drinking fountain, for never buying bottled water again for under $1,000 fully installed, low maintenance, triple filter, reverse osmosis, or a complete whole house water softener under $2,000, and that means, better plumbing, better laundry, better use of laundry detergents, better health, better skin. Waterpros.net, free water testing. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. Now, the Art of Granite will give you free estimates for your project on the phone. Pricing on the phone. How do they do that? It's pretty easy. They know that they don't charge for tear out and haul away. They don't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. And they know all their materials are wholesale to you, whether it be granite, quartz, marble, man-made stuff, or any kind of stone. They can do it for you better and cheaper. And here's why. Because they give you prices on the phone. They're proud of their prices. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
This is Micah Lewis, General Manager at Maximum Auto Search. We need inventory.
Yeah, have a seat. Just silence your cell phone. You don't have to turn it off. You know the drill here. There's our call screener. This is Talib. Shane Carey, 0 red.
I haven't met you before.
0 red.
0 red.
And then this is Deputy Doc.
We have met people out there. Hey, Shane, how's everything in your life? Good? It is very good. How about y'all? Good. Good. So January, you guys got back in here. That's nice.
So Tom, if I want to send you a message,
you're all here. Literally.
do I put Tom up here or Tom down here?
Well, what's up there, world?
I just put Tom.
And then it should fill in. It should that's 10.
Yeah, right.
It should give you the there. Now you have Tom Martino. It's been a good year. There you go. Now put your message in that.
Where's the 5779 from?
Fucking nothing, man. We're on a call right now. Some guy got
You're
wiped
texting
out.
me.
You did first.
Right.
If you want to text the show,
that's
okay. Then go to that again.
He was trying to buy a coin from a
put up there
from out of a DeFi market. He wanted to connect MetaMask.
There. Now put the message in.
But when he had problem connecting MetaMask to the wallet he was currently
what the hell are you doing? Whatever.
He said he got a pop-up for a chat.
That's
where
they got in.
Yeah. Boom. That's where he got asked out at.
Okay. Yeah.
Right there. Everything after that.
Well, then they got into his email, so they had anything in his email.
That's when they got his machine.
Yeah.
That's when they got his whole machine. When he had trouble with MetaMask, and he started talking to that dude in that chat, he was getting bent over and rawed out.
That's why I will never get wiped out, because the only thing I use my computer for is email and Google searches. I've never even purchased anything from Amazon.
Well, you know, if anything tries to move like out of my Ameritrade or out of my AFB accounts, literally I get a phone call before even if I initiate it.
Yeah.
They simply will not do it until they talk to me.
Have you guys gotten a lot of crap with hacking wire transfers into banks the last couple of weeks?
Not wire transfers.
It has just been stupid.
Last year was probably the most online crime we've ever had, just during lockdown. Just that, all the crooks had to go digital.
Yeah.
Even the pickpockets were figuring out how to do it. I just sent someone your way about 20 minutes ago.
All good?
Yeah, they just they said, who do you suggest for a carpet cleaner? That's all.
Well, we appreciate that.
They can't get on the internet.
They can't get on the internet?
Yeah.
on our side, or they can't get on the internet?
No, they can't. They were having trouble. Go to old-fashioned phone.
Well, Tom, is everything looking okay at your place? Anything cleaning done?
You know what? As far as cleaning goes, I probably could use it.
Give me a holler. Let me know.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, you hear me talk about Zero Res. I'm going to be talking to them in a minute. They came in to say hi, and you know from time to time we have people from the referral list on to talk about what they do and how they do it. Carpet cleaning is a big deal right now, a big, big deal. People have been spending a lot more time at home. Carpets are getting trashed. And as Buddy Mitchell said, under some conditions, carpet cleaning is required to keep a warranty intact for your floor coverings. They can also clean tile and grout and other things we'll talk to. Now, Joe had a very unfortunate situation. He walked right into the hands of a hacker. And they got on him. First, they chatted with him. Then they got him to share his computer with him. And they locked him out of his email. They stole from him. That's just the tip of the iceberg. He's got to disconnect that email address from everything he has right now. Otherwise, they're going to go in and do it. So, if that email address that they took over is attached to anything financial, they're going to lock you out. Have you gone into every account you have to change your email?
I haven't yet. I've closed my bank account and I haven't.
You have to change your email. Changing a bank account does nothing. Here's why.
Oh yeah.
If you close your bank account at the same bank and open a new one, through cross-collateralization, they'll come after you for anything that happens.
Okay.
People think, oh, I'm just going to close that account and open another one. That doesn't protect you. That's the deep, dark banking secret. New accounts do not protect you. If you're the same entity at the same bank, they'll go to any account you have to make settlements. So if there's an ACH and you have an old account and a new one, they'll go to your new one. That's the deep, dark banking secret. They don't teach you that. Just like with a Capital One or any other kind of credit card. People think I'm just going to retire that card, get a new card. Same account. They can come after you and do the same scam they were doing on the old card. Just put it right through the new. They put it through on the old one, and Capital One will put it right through on the new one without any questions asked whatsoever. And the only time that can happen is if you literally close the account and open a new one. That means requalifying and everything. So you have a lot to learn about digital security. And right now, you need to get off the phone and every single account you have, whether it's a new account or an old account, never use that email again and establish a brand new secure email.
Okay, I appreciate that. And another reason that I wanted to call is just put it out there about, it was absolutely stupid on my part. I admit that. I wanted to call you. I know you have a lot of listeners, and I would just say for anybody, if you have an email account, set up a two-step verification on it, because without it, you're kind of SOL.
How does a VPN play into this, Tom?
VPNs only help you when you are on the internet. If you give someone access to your computer, a VPN, they use your VPN. I mean, it really, access to your computer is basically, there's no way to protect you. Nothing. There's no software alive that can protect you.
No, but I think SaferNet, when that first pop-up came that he had, that was the entire entryway. I think it would have blocked that, and it would never have happened.
You're absolutely right. It would have blocked it when he typed that into run. It would have said, do you really want to run this? Giving people, and I don't know, Joe may have said, yeah, okay. But Joe, you don't even know if the harm, these guys, if they have your email, they're not just stopping, plus access to your computer, they're not just stopping on taking over your email. I mean, if your bank emails any account to them, you're done. You need to go change your email as soon as you get off the phone, man. In fact, I'm going to let you off the phone so you can do it. That other hack, you're done. You know what? We have to learn that we are totally vulnerable to being stolen from, completely wiped out in one day with technology. One day, you're completely done.
That's why you need dual authorization on every account that has anything to do with money.
You really do.
We just had one of our team members. They hacked into her phone, and from her phone got into everything. She had to get a new phone, new emails, switched banks to different bank accounts. She changed everything, but locked up everything through her phone.
God, it's so sad. We're all vulnerable to it. Our kids are. If we don't teach our kids about cybersecurity, we're screwed. We are totally screwed. And it's a real deal.
Tom, can you call your bank? Let's say this happened. Can you call your bank and say, as of right now, I don't want any electronic transfers until I come down there and change the account?
Yes. Yeah, of course you can. You can lock it down.
So you can just lock it up. So that's the first thing someone should do, right?
You can lock down everything, but most people do auto payments and everything. But any one employee can screw you. Any one employee can screw you. Think about it. I mean, all they have to do is go into your account and do anything they want and then cover up their tracks. We really live in an insecure world, and we better start coming to grips with it on how to protect ourselves.
Impact Traffic. From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center, this report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast.
Oh, that sucks.
Big one.
No, Tom, the reason I ask is, when I get these calls from AARP, I tell people, first thing you do, as soon as you don't dispose me, call your bank, stop any electronic transfers, and then go down there personally and change your account.
Why is that blinking? Are you doing that?
Yeah, he did that when I left my mic. It worked. It got my attention.
What worked?
I started tweaking over there. Yeah, when I was my mic up, and he like, hey, man, shut your mouth.
Wendy's knows a better breakfast starts with a better biscuit. That's why you can get a hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuit with bacon or sausage, fresh cracked egg, and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit sandwich today. Limited time only.
Buck Biscuit.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. Same-day appointments available. If you want to be out of pain, all you have to do is call 303-GOT-PAIN. They've gotten me out of pain twice. Now they did a chronic deal, and that's a major deal for me. It was chronic for years and years and years. And they wiped it right out. And they did it with first a trigger point injection, which helped me get over the hump, and then they did some physical therapy. Then they did a deeper injection with guidance to get to the root of the cause, and they can also do any kind of procedures that are necessary, including spinal cord stimulators and blocks and all of that. 303-GOT-PAIN. These are caring doctors, and they accept all major insurance. 303-GOT-PAIN. If you're looking for floor coverings, floor coverings you can buy on Amazon. You can buy them anywhere. So it's not where you buy them that counts, but the price you pay and the service you get, because there's way more to floors than just buying. In fact, Buddy Mitchell, the owner of Simply Floors, Inc., says you can have lousy carpet with a great installer and get the most out of it, or you can have great carpet with a terrible installer and get no service. So go to Simply Floors, Inc. for better pricing, better installers, and better financing, and a better all-around experience. Simply Floors, Inc.
Deal's incredible. Donate a good condition coat or jacket, get a free furnace tune-up. Donate a coat, get a free furnace tune-up by the guys at 888heating.com, and I mean a real tune-up. They're going to take it apart, get the dirt out of it. They're going to clean it up. It's 100% for free, and it's only for this month, so get it booked now. 888-HEATING is their phone number, and 888heating.com is their website.
Holidays remind us to count our blessings, family, friends, warm home, and plentiful food. But for too many of our neighbors, single women, families, veterans, and seniors across northern Colorado, they struggle during the holidays and throughout the year. They rely on Catholic Charities, and because of the kindness of people like you, your donations provide shelter, emergency assistance, meals, housing, health care, and so much more. Donations before the end of the year are tax deductible. Go to ccdenver.org/support. Catholic Charities, supporting neighbors, transforming lives.
Hey, Colorado.
Bro. Laughing. The YouTube is kind of live today. Scott wants to be known as Don Juan.
Where's Jules at? What's up, Jules?
Jules has said nothing this morning. I don't know if he's here with us.
Love the Jules.
I love mine too.
Let's not go there, Tony.
No, you can't, for sure.
Yeah.
36,000 satisfied customers. I'm one of them. In business 27 years with the same owner, Jay Brett. And what I like most is you don't pay a cent until you're content. And there's no cancellation fees. No.
Yeah, man.
Just honest, free.
Stu calls in. He says he got burned for $5 grand.
When you approach
He mentioned everything I'm talking about. He said he's trying to hook some stuff up. He said he was going into, he said his MetaMask and finance is where he was trying to work into finance smart chain. He said his MetaMask. He said he did whatever it was he did. Then later on, he looked at his MetaMask wallet. It looked like it had been loaded with $175. Somebody paid the gas to run their own smart contract in his background. Yeah, that's ghastly right there. Okay, because if I can trick MetaMask into accepting my pay, my $175, to gas out your $5K, I'm great.
Finance got if you go from an US IT, can you access finance still?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think you can.
My banks won't allow me. If I'm on my VPN, I can't fucking access
Access what? A lot of financial stuff.
Yeah, they're locking down a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of levels, man. You really do. I mean, just to change my email, shit, man. I've got 3. They got to text me, email me, and then I've got to initiate it when I'm logged in. So you got to log in, and then just to change it, I got to do 2 other things.
Yeah.
To change your email or your account? Anything. Password on my email.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and make sure everything is locked in. I think I have 2-party verification on everything.
Most of my incoming accounts are forwards.
And you're Ameritrade, you want to make sure that they can only transfer to one bank account, period, end of story. With the second bank.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on, George? What's happening?
Hello, Tom.
Hey, what's going on? And people, we have time for calls. We're going to be going into a news break, which is important. Of course, we're still here taking calls at 303-713-TALK. And if you have any questions about carpet cleaning, we're taking those as well. But anything you want to talk about. So you want to talk about a driveway. What's going on, George?
Yeah, well, back in March, my driveway was breaking up pretty bad and getting in the snowblower and so on. So I contracted with a guy who drove by and saw how bad it was, and we came to agreement and
with a guy who drove by and knocked on your door.
Yeah, more or less, which is
the worst. It's the worst way to pick anybody, anytime, anywhere for anything. The worst. So strike one. What happened then?
Entirely, and I'll remember that next time. But anyway, I contracted it with him, and we reached an agreement, and the driveway is about 35 by 35 feet, and
how much?
I paid $5,500.
Now, did you say 35 by 35? You have a 35-foot wide driveway?
Well, it's a double wide driveway that goes into my double wide garage.
Okay, so 35 by 35 is more like a pad.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. And you contracted for how much?
$5,500.
Here's strike number 2. Did you pay money up front?
No.
Good.
And he came in and he replaced the driveway.
Good.
But then he said, well, it's too cold now to put a seal coat on it. So he said he'd come back when the weather warmed up a little bit. Then he came back about a month later and said, if anybody really gets in there and removes the snow, which we just had a snowstorm, he said that might damage it. So he removed the snow for me with my snowblower, but he charged me $150 to put some kind of a salt treatment on it, which was supposed to work better. But he said now in the spring when the weather really warms up, that he'd come back and put the seal coat on.
I don't even know what you're talking about, a seal coat. I've had tons of concrete done, never had seal coat, so I don't even know what that means.
No, this is asphalt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Asphalt.
Gotcha. You didn't mention that. I guess I assumed it's my fault. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I understand now. Keep going now.
Okay, so now he said I'll come back in the spring and in the fall and give you 2 free seal coats.
Now, here's what I want to know. On your original contract, did it have a seal coat mentioned on your original one?
No, but I think normally when they do a driveway like that, the seal coat is just the last coat that they put on.
Yeah, but I don't go for normally on anything. So what did the contract actually say?
Well, I don't really have a written contract.
Oh, my God. So you don't have a contract. Okay. Oh, my God. Hold on, and let's see if we can help you, George. Please hang on. No written contract. The guy knocked on the door. I'm lucky. You're lucky you got what you got.
He has no contract.
Yeah, but at least he got his asphalt.
I know it.
He's lucky he didn't get shot.
Right, he's lucky he got that much.
How long we got, man?
Shitload.
Okay.
You've got 8 minutes.
All right.
Let's see what Jerry Bell's serving up.
I don't know if we're invited, Mark. Yeah, what was going on across the way there?
Jerry Bell's retiring, but I don't think we just walk in. It's like you got to at least have known him.
You got to at least be invited.
Jerry Bell.
What? I think he may be one of the broadcasters. Maybe he does weather or traffic.
Oh,
yeah. Your name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, they were having a party over there. And
yeah, I think he's a traffic or a weather guy.
Jerry Bell?
Yeah.
KOA. Managing editor, iHeartMedia.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
So you think, regardless of the verdict, that there's going to be rioting?
I hope there's not.
It's
ridiculous.
I don't mean to sound racist, but it's a white kid who shot 2 white guys.
Yeah.
What are they going to riot about?
I know. It has nothing to do with race.
It's the second day jurors are weighing evidence against the 18-year-old charged with the fatal shooting last summer during protests in Kenosha. ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams.
The fact that they're going into day 2 at the very least means
that they're taking their time, they're evaluating, and they're assessing the law.
The defense in Georgia has started presenting a case in the trial of three white men accused of shooting and killing black jogger Ahmaud Arbery last year. Some grim numbers when it comes to drug overdose deaths. Between April of last year and April of this year, more than 100,000 Americans died of a drug overdose. That's a 29% increase from the previous year.
Good social Darwinism at work.
Due to opioids.
Say that again.
This is
Good social Darwinism at work. All these people
now
dying
in his family's home in Michigan. He arrived late Tuesday after spending 6 months in a Myanmar jail.
It sounds cool, but if you want to use meth, I think you go someplace, you get cheap meth, and you don't rob my house, you don't mug me, you don't mug my kid, you don't break into my backyard. And if you die from it, then you die from it.
UK of more than 300,000 people 50 to 74 years old, accounting for variables like hypertension, cancer history, and cholesterol. They also found a 48% reduced risk of dementia after a stroke and drinking 3 to 6
alteration
cups
of life
both
at 18 years old.
daily. Lionel Lee's ABC News.
A businessman from Argentina bought a painting by Mexican artist Frida Kahlo at a New York City auction. The price, $34.9 million. That's the highest ever paid for Latin American artwork. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
We don't have those numbers.
Furno's sports analytics startup lost its math quiz to the competition.
Can you imagine having enough money to
Now we need the
purchase
news
a $35 million painting?
It would be nice.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
What we got?
Well, were we invited?
Boom. Tom done snuck in, and Mark went over there and got him a plate.
Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply. Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees ever. Banks offer coffee. So what's more important? A Marcus by Goldman Sachs loan with no fees that could help consolidate debt, or bank coffee that tastes like bank coffee. You can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
He's been with KOA for 35 years.
The guy that's retiring, yeah.
J-Town News Time, 11:03. It was the first time a fixed-wing aircraft had ever fought a fire at night.
Yeah, that was too cold. You know, they're looking for this little girl right now, too.
I saw that Amber Alert.
Yeah, that blasted me up. That literally woke me up this morning just about.
Even with night vision technology, pilots can have trouble seeing certain aerial hazards. The flash is still under investigation. The Cougar Rock fire has now burned over 130 acres, but no structures have been affected, and there are no injuries. 15% contained.
So is this a busy season for you?
Yeah.
People getting ready for holidays, they want their houses to look clean.
Yep, busy season. We always wanted to be busier.
Of
course. Yep.
It's very rare that you're going to have too much business, right?
This is true. Well, right now the difficulty is hiring technicians. We're booked out quite a bit.
Every guest we've had in here said one or two things. Can't hire people, can't get supplies.
Yeah.
Right, please?
What's been the kind of the reasoning on hiring? What have they said?
Same thing, can't get people.
Just won't show.
This dude's about to lose his mind. He says, Mike Niniak. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to call. You're supposed to call, Mike. You said you were going to call today, so make the call and make the case. Said, hello, I texted yesterday about a home my mom and dad own. Okay, so they own it. The person, apparently somebody is supposedly buying it from them. The person hasn't made any effort to pay what he and his father agreed on, and was written down, so they got something on paper.
Hey, that Aurora shooting at the school?
Yeah.
Did you see what kind of car they were driving?
I didn't.
What kind? Hyundai?
No.
Outback.
About an 08, 09 black 300. It's a little fucked up.
Mine's in the garage.
It happened a few days ago.
Yeah, but it was out. It wasn't a school shooting.
It was a park shooting.
Yeah, it was students of the school.
What were they doing out at midnight on a school night?
What the fuck do you think they were doing out?
I don't know.
They were looking for trouble. They were probably snorting coke.
Oh, I saw Lee Larson, Alex.
Nah,
I did too. I saw everybody.
If they were out in the park, they weren't starting.
I just said hi to Jerry and Mike.
But they were looking for trouble.
No, they would no.
Trouble.
35 years.
Let's say trouble found it.
Right, they were partying.
Let's say trouble found it.
Nobody in this building has been here longer than me.
Yeah, but he's been here day one too. In this building.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about with iHeart.
This building's
How long you been
21
with
years,
iHeart?
man.
Huh? Well, technically I was with, obviously they had other, ELO, J-Core, Clear Channel, and iHeart.
Don't you find it funny GE actually had radio stations at one point?
So I've been here 42 years, I think.
I think you worked for Honda for a while too, right? Didn't Honda own KTLC?
GE Broadcasting.
Did they sell everything at once? GE?
Oh, all the broadcasting.
That's what I mean. They just got rid of it.
Is your retirement coming up soon? I don't really know.
Now, Tom Martino.
Yeah, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, when people call with problems, and I mean this sincerely, I don't try to give them problems. I don't try to make it harder. And many times I use them as tools for others who may be listening. So, George, I hope you understand this, and we want to try to help you any way we can. George had a driveway poured in March. He said he contracted a guy who drove by and knocked on the door for a 35 by 35 asphalt pad, $5,500. The job was done, no seal coat. I asked him, was that seal coat specified in the contract? He said he doesn't really have a contract. So when you said you contracted for $5,500, by the way, did you pay the $5,500?
Yes.
Good. Did he give you a paid in full?
Yes.
Good. So at least now you got 35 by 35 asphalt. How many inches thick was that?
How many? Probably about 3.
Probably. Did you specify?
Yes.
Okay. And you specified 3 or 4?
Well, we tried 3, and I didn't go out and measure, so I'm sure it was not 4.
Okay. Well, 4 is the standard for a driveway, and 3 can get by. And normally what I recommend, what I've done on all my subdivisions is demand core samples. So random core samples, and that tells you how thick. But with a 35 by 35, one good core sample would have done it. But you've got no core samples.
No.
Okay. So your biggest complaint right now is you have no seal coat.
That's right, and it's there's little chips coming out of it now, like little pieces of gravel that's loose, so it needs to be sealed. And we started calling him early in the spring.
You're lucky you got what you got, and that's the truth, George. Now, that doesn't mean we won't call and try to help you. We will, but you're lucky you got what you got.
Yeah. Well, he promised and never denied his promises.
Good. That's good. Then we're gonna seize on that. But just so you know, seal coating is not standard. I mean, I know people think it is, but it's not. It's a separate thing you get when you want it. That's everything I know about blacktop, asphalt.
It's concrete.
No. No, this is asphalt. Oh. Yeah, that was, I had that confusion way in the beginning, Mark. He clarified that. I'm sorry you missed it. He clarified that. It is asphalt.
You remember back in the day, that was the biggest scam. We'd get those calls, 3-4 times a week. Oh, we're doing the parking lot down the road. We'll go ahead and do your driveway.
Yeah, but this guy at least did the work, came by, cleared the snow, and did some stuff. So hold on a sec. Let's give this to Deputy Doc here to give a call to the guy. You're saying he's not denying anything. Deputy Doc, let's see what he has to say. 303-713-TALK. I want to talk to Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Brent, we hear a lot of talk about inflation. And I want to talk about that, and then I want to talk about the end of the year financing. But what does inflation normally do to interest rates, if anything?
Well, it typically drives rates up, and we are seeing a little bit of that component right now. Now, I think there's a couple other things to give you as the narrative of that. Is that one, we are starting to see the light at the end of the COVID tunnel. So remember, it took a pandemic to bring rates down to the levels that we saw last year, and we're starting to see rates climb back up. So part of that is the light at the end of the COVID tunnel. Part of that is that we are seeing some inflationary pressure. So we have seen rates move a little bit over the last 10 days. Now, when I say a little bit, you're still talking about a 30-year fixed rate that is in the very low threes, teetering on the edge of, the high twos. The thing to keep in mind, though, for the end of the year, the trend we do see year in and year out, we see rates go up in the new year every single year. Now, I know this is a very busy time of year for people. The holidays are packed with things to do. We can get on the phone, get this process started. We can handle everything electronically. We can even send someone out to your home to close your loan and get this process done, because you do not want to wait till next year.
What is the benefit? What is the benefit right now toward the end of the year? Do you save a payment or two? And tell me about that.
Yeah, for sure. If we start this process right now, you're likely going to close in December. That's no payment on your new loan until February of next year. So, when those holiday bills are rolling in, you're getting a little bit of a reprieve, which helps out a lot of people.
Oh, it sure does. Yeah, it can make or break it. And what about interest rate guarantee? Are you still applying that, even though it might be a bit more volatile toward the beginning of the year?
We absolutely are. So again, the way that works is if rates go down by 0.75% or more within 2 years of doing a home loan with us, we will refinance your existing loan with absolutely no lender fees, so you can take advantage of lower interest rates.
And Brett, you've been at the helm there at Ideal Home Loans for how long now?
So we've had Ideal Home Loans since 2001.
Yeah, so you got a 20-year anniversary here. And
we do.
Yeah, that's very good. Brent Ivinson is the owner there. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. idealhomeloans.com. Brendan has a comment on the driveway material and prices and all of that. Brendan, go ahead.
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Love your show.
Thank you, man. You heard that discussion with Asphalt. What do you know?
I did. I'm in paving and concrete. I got jobs from Greeley down to Pueblo, from Coles to you name it. I do it all, roadways, highways, parking lots. Residential I don't do, but the guy paid $152 a ton. You mathematically average out 3 inches for what he paid for his square footage. He's paying $152 a ton. Everybody with the oil crisis this year were up $10 a ton, depending upon the plant you pull from where he lives. He got a good price in his driveway. Realistically, I'm not saying that he should be complaining about the seal coat. He shouldn't. It also depends on when he paved the driveway. If he paved it within the last 6 months, he doesn't want a seal coat. He's going to ruin his new asphalt job. He needs to wait till next year and pay a reputable company to do it. The guy that did it for $152 a ton, it was more than a fair price. The gentleman sounds like he's a little elderly, and he probably heard the word.
No, that's really good to know. You know what, Brendan? I'm glad to hear that, because the guy just took a crapshoot with someone who knocked at his door.
Well, he got a good deal. He paid $150 a ton, and right now that's a good price, especially for removal and replacement. If it was a new driveway, well, maybe he paid a little bit more. But if the guy also prepped it and graded it and it's draining right, the most important thing in the asphalt is drainage. You don't want 1%. You need 2% or more to get drainage on asphalt. I hope that works out well, and I appreciate you guys. Thanks for taking my call.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And he calculated the tonnage price and said the guy's got a pretty good deal.
Hey, is he still up?
Let's see. Brandon, are you still...
Hey, Brendan,
Brendan, go ahead.
I'm here.
Hey, man, if someone's got chip seal put down already and they want to asphalt over the top, do you still got to do a base, or does that chip seal stuff work as a base?
The chip seal on a driveway, it's basically an oil-based product with the aggregate that's thrown over the top of, heck, you could throw that on dirt as well. Some countries do. But that product, you're not going to pave asphalt over the top of it. It may peel off.
Got it.
On how old the chip and seal is. My personal opinion on chip and seal is my friend was a VP over another company that starts with an A. I can't finish it off, but I can tell you right now, it's a decent product, but the problematic problem with chip and seal is that it does not have the right percentage of the aggregate and oil put down. That's why you see a lot of the to chips that are all over the place because there's not enough oil to hold it.
Yeah.
And it's a maintenance, and it's usually used for roads. You don't want to do it on a residential driveway.
Yeah, it's horrible. My neighbors got it, and they're looking at the asphalt going down over the top, and I didn't know if you could or not.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that out, Brendan, about having a seal coat. When you have a new job done, you wait a while. You don't have that seal coat put down immediately.
Never. You got oil in the asphalt. The oil has to cure. That's what you want the water and the snow to do. It'll take the oil out of the asphalt. If you seal in new oil, the asphalt's never going to chance to dry and cure. Then it's going to break apart, and it's going to fall apart.
Thank you, Brendan. Get his number for future asphalt and related questions. And just as he's an expert at paving, we talked to Brent Ivinson, an expert at lending, and we have Shane Karen, an expert on carpets. Now, Shane, I think one good thing about Zero Res, you don't have a supply problem because you make your own water. You literally empower your own water, right?
Right.
How long of a process? How long of a process is that?
We're creating about 3,000 gallons a day.
Okay, so you take regular water, you empower it, you do your thing to it. It's patented process, and it becomes a super cleaning agent. So, are there any supply chain issues when it comes to carpet cleaning with Zero Res at all? Anything?
Maybe
brushes.
Okay, that kind of stuff. But as far as us coming out and taking care of the service, absolutely not.
Okay,
and so we can take care of that ASAP.
Okay, so are there any new trends that you're seeing as a result of people working at home, people, I don't know, have things changed for you since the pandemic? We haven't talked in the studio for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes.
We certainly took a hit. People just be concerned about people in their homes and stuff.
And then that's over now, right?
Yep. We're going into homes. We're still doing a no-touch protocol, right? We can wear booties. If they require masks, we'll wear masks. A lot of our people are vaccinated. We don't absolutely demand it.
Right, I understand. But you use safe protocols is what you're saying.
Yeah, and the heat that we're cleaning with, the process that we're cleaning with, we can come in there, clean, get all that dirt crap out of your house, out of your business, and just leave a good, safe environment for you to live in and spend a lot of time in your home with.
All right, we got more coming right up.
It's amazing the EPA, how they have totally come out. They've been making claims of sanitizing, disinfecting. It's crazy how they've come down on us. You can't do it. Well, we've got to be very, very, very careful on how we make claims of that. We do it. There's no two ways about that.
There was a lot of unscrupulous shit
There
though
was a ton of stuff. So we went in to go and start sanitizing, disinfect homes, and they came out.
I remember advertising that.
Yeah. And so, unless you go through their process and spend.
Let's talk about Colorado Pain
Care, Sport and Spine. I want to give you a website. You can log on to that. You can also just call them for same-day appointments even. I love these people because they got me out of pain. It just works. The doctors there are all great, and the physical therapists are at doctorate levels. So you get everything you need to get out of pain immediately and to stay out of pain. With more invasive techniques, maybe, possibly not. They do as little as you need to get you out of pain. ColoradoPainCare.com. They worked for me. They can work for you. All major insurance, 303-GOT-PAIN, 303-GOT-PAIN.
So how many companies out there give absolute free estimates? Well, not many. I'm going to tell you one that does. He'll send a licensed plumber, along with, of course, an insurance policy, a fully insured guy, to your house for a free, and I mean free, 100% free, no hidden fees estimate on any plumbing needs. And what I love about Master Rooter, if you do need something done, they're going to give you the best price out there. Master Rooter Plumbing, been on our referral list for well over 10 years. 720-434-3406. And if you ever need a sewer line or someone tells you you do, they'll do a free second opinion, including the full camera scope for free. 720-434-3406.
So who's taking the first two floors here?
Nobody, man. They've been trying to rent them out for 2 years now.
Nobody is taking.
Fuck, man, it's office space.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's gonna take it right now? You can get it anywhere.
Yeah.
Time to talk about ideal home.
All these places too that do those virtual offices are dying, man.
They're all dying. What you can't find still, though, is warehouse space. People are looking for warehouse space everywhere. You can't find it. I mean, marijuana ate a lot of it up, but every company is.
Are you looking for warehouse space and stuff? No.
No.
What you can find are people to come work for you.
That's really hard, man. We don't have anybody that's not looking for a lot of help. Not one. Well, maybe Kurt Rogers because he's a one-man show, but other than a few of those.
Yeah, it's a difficult work right now to hire and get people to come. Is it? Yeah, we bumped what we were paying, and that makes a difference to get people to show up and come. But we're at a minimum $20 an hour just to get people to come in and train. Where
do they ever train and not show up?
Oh yeah, we'll hire them, and then they just don't show, don't communicate, don't call, don't.
I mean, that's because of unemployment. They have to show that they're trying.
Yep.
Yeah, but most people, I think, have run out of unemployment by now, right?
Well, they stopped doing that here, haven't they?
I mean, just the only way you could get the extra $300 or $600 is if you were already on unemployment. In other words, you had to be qualified here. Most people, unemployment runs out after, 5-6 months. Now, they might have extended it.
They've extended that.
But I think I think if you have like a year of it, you're fucking done. But I don't know, man.
It's because I just don't understand. Even for McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, and
$25. Wolfsonburg, or not Wolfsonburger, the mall up there, outlet malls in Castle Rock.
Oh, so they're starting at $25 an hour.
McDonald's had a sign, their digital sign said $25 an hour.
I know they're at 19 and they pulled back, but maybe they put it back up.
I think it depends where.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down there in Castle Rock, and they had signs at 19 and something an hour.
Oh, every fast food in Castle Rock's 19, 20, yeah.
It's crazy how they've shut down their dine-in. A lot of them have shut down their dining options.
So
it's just drive-through now.
We were looking for a place to eat yesterday. We're in Freytown, but we drove into Castle Rock. Over by the Meadows, there's a restaurant called The Office or something like that. But there's like 3 restaurants right there. This was on Monday. Or was it Tuesday? I think it was Monday. A bunch were closed Monday and Tuesday. So now what the restaurants do that are short and help, they close Monday, Tuesday, because of course they're making money Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So they just simply close and then they run the same skeleton crew all week, 5 days. These are restaurants that used to be open 7 days a week.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, you just wonder where have all of the workers gone.
We were at Del Frisco's Friday. The tomahawk steak dropped by probably 40% in size, man. It went from like a 40 ounce to a 28. Pricing went up.
He's still bitching about it.
Fuck yeah, yeah. But what irritated me even more is
it was still more than you could ever fucking eat.
No, it was for 2 though.
Oh.
The wedge salad that she always gets used to be a half a wedge. It's fucking a quarter of a half a wedge now. Now, how much is lettuce? I don't care what anybody says. Lettuce has not exploded. Hey.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, RealCBDThatWorks.com. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Get your gifts. Put Tom in the promo code. Get 30% off for pain, inflammation, anxiety. They even have pet formulations. And now they're having a new eye serum that is an anti-inflammatory eye serum to get rid of bags and wrinkles. All of it at RealCBDThatWorks.com. That's Panacea Life Sciences. Tom in the promo code. Get you 30% off. Great stocking stuffers. And, by the way, I want to ask you something, because I could do this for nephews and nieces I'm thinking about and kids. Has anyone ever, Shane, at ZeroResDenver.com, has anyone ever bought gift certificates good for carpet cleaning ever?
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we do it all the time.
Really? What a great idea. I just thought of that when I was talking about CBD. I thought, wait a minute. What a great idea for a gift certificate, because, a lot of these kids, they don't think about that. And mostly I'll bet you it's parents for kids, right?
It's usually...
Or kids for their grandparents or whatever.
It's usually like if I went and bought it for my mom and dad, right? Elderly, we buy it, we come and take care of their home, but we do it all
You do it all the time. Is it right on your site?
No, you've got to call in.
Okay.
Set it up on the site, but we call in
and it's the same price. How do you? What do you do? It's a certain denomination, right? A certain.
They say, hey, we'll buy it for $250.
Yeah.
We'll go do $250 worth of cleaning.
Right. And what special are you running? Is it 119 3-room areas today?
Right now, it's 3 areas for $119.
Okay.
And so an area is up to 200 square feet, but you got to experience the Zero's difference. It's totally different than any other.
I know. I joke about it because I had them do my helicopter.
We did your helicopter.
I swear. I loved it.
We got in trouble.
I know. They wrote you a note saying, "What are you doing business on the airport?"
Yeah.
Those sticks in the mud. But in any case, what about unusual jobs? I mean, and I'm not talking about helicopters or vehicles, but like, for example, the dirty. Have you ever had to just say, we can't get this clean? Or do you give it a try?
Pet, right?
Yeah, do you give it a try, or what do you do? I mean, seriously, what's the point of no return?
Right. With pet, we'll go in there, and if a dog or a cat has had a lot of accident on the carpet, instead of us, charging $1,100 to clean the carpet, we're going to tell the customer, hey, listen, go put that money towards getting new carpet. Right?
Especially if they're old and broken down.
That's right. And so we feel that it's a disservice. We can clean it. There's no doubt about that. But if it makes more sense for Mrs. Jones to go get new carpet, that's what we train our people to do. We're in the business of creating raving fans. We want to see you time and time again. And so if it's the right thing to go get new carpet, go get new carpet.
I want to ask you something. You asked me if I needed any carpets done or anything, and it's an interesting question because I'm thinking not really, because there are some areas of my house I hardly use, and then there's traffic areas. But is it money well spent, or is it stupid to have you come in and just do traffic areas? In other words, since you're already there and mobilized, is it the cheapest way to get the whole house done, or
We're never going to really come in there and just do traffic areas, because when you start cleaning that, think of your carpet as the largest filter in your home. It's taking all the dead skin cells, dirt, debris in your house. When we start cleaning those traffic areas, there's going to be such a difference between even up against the wall that we're already there. We're just going to go ahead and take care of those areas.
But there must be areas like that you hardly use that you wouldn't want to clean.
But it's still got dirt, debris, dead skin cells in it.
Because no matter what, even if you're not walking on it, it's the air circulating.
It's filtering it out, right? And that's a great thing. Carpet, upholstery, it's a great thing that filters. Let us come in and clean that right. No soap, detergent, or shampoos.
What's the largest job you ever did?
It's going to be a commercial. No,
I'm talking about house and anything around we heard about Shanahan's house selling for $15 million or something, and or maybe more than that, whatever it was. No, it was $15 million. But
some of our biggest jobs, you're not going to get over $10,000 doing a haul.
But you have a giant. But you must have some giant jobs. Okay, let's. By the way, 303-713-TALK. As you know, this always happens this time of year. A lot of people think they have fewer problems this time of year. They may not call in. They're feeling good, and that's good. But if you have a problem, question, or complaint, or you even think you have an inkling of a problem, one of the things we want you to do is to call in before it gets big. It's easier to solve smaller problems, and that goes for people who need help as well. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. And if you have any questions on carpet cleaning, of course you can. You said a lot of people are bantering about and talking about sanitizing, but sanitizing is not always done with carpet cleaning.
We got to be careful on how you define that, right? You put enough heat onto a surface, it's going to sanitize that, right?
Right.
And we do. We're cleaning just under boiling here, right? We're cleaning with hot water over 200 degrees. And so we can test that. We can go in and...
But the water itself, the empowered water itself, does it sanitize the surface? If you just took it and sprayed it on a surface, does it sanitize?
We're not going to make
without the heat?
No.
Okay.
Nope. It'll start to break down dirt, soils, and oils, and then you can wipe that up, clean that up.
But as far as
to make that claim,
right? But as far as heat would do it. So heat combined with water can do it.
Would do that.
What about tile and grout? You still doing that?
We absolutely do. We can clean and seal tile and grout. It's amazing. We can take care of kitchen countertops, marble, granite. That kind
Wait a minute, though.
We can clean it.
If granite's kind of sealed, right?
Actually, granite is very porous.
You can clean granite and get those spots out.
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
Go through and clean that, and then
what do you have, a hand thing with heat?
Yep.
Okay, so you go
spinning brush,
and when you go over it though, does it take off the shine?
It can, right? And so, but we can reapply that.
You can.
We can reapply that and put a sealant and a different finish on it. Some people like a matte, some people like it more shiny. But
my wife loves a matte. I like shiny, but so if you
house divided, huh?
But most of the time, if you clean it, it's going to take some of that shine off.
Yes, you're going to want to go back.
But you can seal it without shining it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of time that ceramic tile will come in on the kitchen floor, but we can also do the countertops. We can do shower enclosures. Those can get really difficult. A lot of that hard water buildup. But we certainly.
That's a great idea. I never realized that. I'm going to ask something very weird. What about the glass block showers? Can you do those?
Certainly. Yeah.
And it won't etch the glass?
Nope. No, we can change the PSI that we're cleaning with.
So when I have you come do the carpet, you can do that? Because I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. Any surface in the home we can.
Any surface.
Wood floors we don't mess with right now.
No, of course not.
Franchisees do wood floors or ducts. We don't mess with any of those. We know what we're absolutely top shelf at, and we just haven't messed with some of those other surfaces, wood floors and air ducts. We just don't.
But that's a great thing to have if you have floors, tile, carpets, showers, stone, countertops. You can get it, but you can get it all done at the same time.
Yep. We can take care of those things for you. I wanted to go back. You had mentioned, call in if you got issues. Don't let them build up. That's one thing about Zero Res. We want to know when there are issues, right? We're not afraid to address issues. We're not afraid. We deal with human beings.
Yeah. Like issues like what?
If a carpet is not done just right? Or for a pet issue, it just didn't get all the way out, we want to know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Don't call some other company to come in and clean it and then call us and say, hey, I want my money back. That's not going to happen, right? Okay. We want to know if there's an issue, we're going to address it. Hopefully, right, vast majority of the time, we're not dealing with that because we solved it right up front and did the job right the first go around.
All right. 303-713-TALK. I'm getting text to the show now, and if you'd like to text the show, just a clue to us that it is the show, please lead off the text with Tom and then anything else you want. Like here, Tom, did the elderly couple get their money back from the hackers that took their refi money? Suze, do you recall that one? What refi money from an elderly couple?
Remember last week a gentleman called in that they got $39,000 last week from the wife.
Right, that's
it was
right,
so
that's
sad.
Right, that's right.
And we called the husband, and he was realistic.
They lost their money. How did they do that again? How did they lose their money again? Another
it was
cyber.
Microsoft or some sort of computer hostage.
The technician. Here's what happened. The wife said she went to a website, said your computer's locked. You have a virus. You have to call this number. They called. She gave access to the computer. He went in and got their bank account. They had just refinanced. They were going to help their kids, right, with $39,000. They took every penny. Cybersecurity this year is going to be one of the main problems. I remember in the day when our biggest problem was used cars. I mean that. Or mail order. Mail order. What's mail order? You change that now to, of course, online ordering, right? Mail order, online ordering. It's all online ordering right now. And then it translates to mail or to FedEx or to UPS. But, folks, you really have to protect yourself. Now, there are many ways you can do it. We talk about SaferNet. I cannot stress it enough. SaferNet.com. It's just a few bucks a month. A few bucks a month on each device. I have it on all my devices. Anyway, so that elderly couple lost their money. Here's another one. Tom, I am having my Social Security garnished. Well, I asked them about what? Social Security can only be garnished from government can only garnish government. A private company can't do that. Tom, we need a carpet cleaning deal special. They did one. It is $119 and for 3 room areas, and then of course extra for more. But once they're there, it's probably the best to get it done. And I've had a few people say they've had their Social Security garnished, but I want to know what was it garnished for. That's the point. And someone else says, thank you very much for this text. We're glad that it's up. So if you'd like to text the show as well as call, and you can text for help as well, you just text Tom and your message to 57739, 57739. Don't forget, we got more of the show coming up, and you can call for all the help.
Talk to me about SaferNet. It's a great app. You should have it on all your company stuff. Here's why. It's cheap. That cell phone thing would have never happened, ever. Just period. It won't happen.
And your employees would have fucked up.
It's a VPN with a user-definable filter on the ends.
And built-in security.
Yeah. And,
Is this one of your clients?
Yes.
They're wonderful.
SaferNet. They're wonderful. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Miles just officially got the fucking promotion, man.
Woohoo!
80K salary plus bonus.
Wow.
All fucking, well, he's already had all the other stuff, all the health insurance and 401k, profit sharing. 21 years old, man.
Proud of you, Mark. You raised a good one. Trying to get in.
Okay.
And they paid for 3 years of his college so far.
When you call for a restoration company after a fire, flood, mold, crime, unattended death, whatever it is, there's an unfortunate big chance you're going to get rip-offs, liars, and cheaters. That's why I recommend only American Restoration. And I'm telling you, I don't do that lightly. They can do the fire, flood, mold, crime, all of this, including meth labs and asbestos. They have all the EPA certifications, including asbestos and more. They can remediate flood damage in a few hours. They can do safe removal and remediation of mold or toxic substances. They have the latest in technology and equipment and more than 20 years of experience. Turnkey solutions also include the removal, sanitation, and sanitization, and professional rebuilding if you need it. They work with all major insurance, proudly veteran-owned, Rock and his team. 8337-AM-REST, 8337-AM-REST, or online, amrest247.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. That's where you get free market valuations of your home. No, it's just not a sneaky way for him to get into your house. He really wants to help you. And here's why. He requires no listing, no commitment, no promise, nothing. He'll just do a valuation of your home based on his 27 years of experience to tell you what he thinks it will sell for, period. That's it. No obligation on your part. Now, if you do decide to list, you'll never find anyone better. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He sells for more than the market all the time. Well, so far, right, he has to ask to prove it, and quicker. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Hey, we were talking about countertops with Zero Res, cleaning granite and stone, all that. Well, you know what? The Art of Granite will do new countertops for you anytime you need them, and not just granite. I know they're called the Art of Granite. They do all kinds of stone. They're stone importers. They also do any man-made material. They do wholesale on all materials. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. They serve the entire mountain community and Front Range. And you can call for prices on the phone because they're that proud of their prices. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
The store manager of that store
Mark.
pulls over 200.
So, Deputy Doc, is it 11 holes in one, or is it 11 hole-in-ones?
Shane, these two actually think it's holes in one.
I know, I never said
like
that.
you're putting one hole
He
into
agreed with
another.
you. 11 hole-in-ones.
Yeah, that's what I said. I looked it up.
It's hole-in-one. It's its own entity.
Right.
So you can plural
How long
it.
has this argument been going on?
No.
Just yesterday. I just wanted to start
No,
shit.
what I said was there's a difference between
I
grammatically correct and what people say.
What?
Well, this was an argument on the air yesterday.
People simply don't know.
I know. But in the vernacular,
but still wait. On the
Oh,
whole
the whole one.
When we did next
Usually
Saturday,
at least
holy shit.
we'll get one or two calls.
Next Saturday we had a fucking half a show about it.
Do you
I can bring that up. I love that topic.
Do you want me to help answer those texts, or do you, if somebody has a problem, like...
Yeah, you can get them on or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
You can say, give me a phone number. I'm just going to read them here and there.
Okay,
you can do the real heavy lifting on it. Okay.
Okay.
He starts over there December 4th, 5th.
December. Are we going to dinner tonight to celebrate?
He's seeing if he's going out with Dennis.
Is he so happy?
Yeah, I'm sure
He's ecstatic?
I wouldn't say ecstatic.
Shannon said he avoids that store. It's sketchy.
It is sketchy. That's why it pays so high.
I would get this person.
Now that I know
to become the banker person and give us a ticket. I would get them on with Joe if you could get Joe on, because that's bull.
That's right by
true. I'd like to address
It's right across the street.
I'd like to address it.
Okay.
God, man.
And if the listener doesn't want to come on the texter, do you still want me to become the banker?
They do a live business.
Say, would you like to discuss this on the air?
Okay.
Actually, foot traffic, some of it. Walking around the corner.
It'll be good for him. Talk about a difference, so Elizabeth, Colorado to Aurora. That's like going from D.C. to Franktown.
It's Colorado to an Aurora Walmart. Come on, boy. That's pretty good.
Hey, hey, can you help me out with the error code I got on my Aquahot? So, well, I got a 15 Newmar Essex.
What? Are you getting a lot of text messages?
Shit, yeah. A shitload. 20 already.
Wow.
630 KL.
An iHeartRadio station.
Is there any way I can help out with that?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. WaterPros.net, the best water systems for the lowest prices anywhere. If you need soft water for better laundry, better skin, better everything, better health. And listen, man, it's really good. It doesn't put sodium in the water. That's a big myth. Fallacy, myth, whatever. Anyway, here's what I want to tell you. Free water testing from WaterPros. They're great people. Under $2,000 for a whole water softening system, and other places charge like $8,000 or more for that. Plus, they have filtration systems and more. 303-862-5554. WaterPros.net. The message is you will never do better, ever, cheaper, ever. Now, let's talk and find out what's on your mind, okay? We did call on that asphalt. First, we found that the old man got a great job on the asphalt for a price, good price. Now, he still wants that seal coat, even though our expert said you don't seal coat new asphalt for a year. But he still insists on it, doesn't he?
Well, I spoke to him, I explained it to him, and I was able to get in touch with Dino, the guy who owns the company, and he's in New Jersey visiting relatives. He said that he would call me the Monday after he got back from Thanksgiving, and when I speak to him, I will arrange for him to seal it in March of 2022, which is a year after it was laid down.
Okay, and so he will do it later. He is going to do that for us.
Yes.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Did the guy sound like a straight guy that did it? He did a good price and all of that.
He answered the phone right away. He owned up to it.
Okay, good.
So I think that we'll give him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise.
Fernando, what's happening with you? I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Fernando?
What's happening, Tom? Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. What can we do for you?
The issue that I'm having, I was on pandemic assistance unemployment for about a year.
Now, what you were on unemployment, you say?
Yeah, but it was a federal pandemic assistance part of it, so it really wasn't a part of the state of Colorado.
Okay.
It was money that was like funded from the federal government.
Okay, I thought, though, in order to get that, I was under the impression, in order to get the federal pandemic assistance, that you had to be on unemployment. That's not true?
No, it's true. It's true. It works through, like, a part of the state somehow. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, it was just a kicker on top. It was a kicker on top of unemployment.
Yeah, it was like an extra little...
Yes, well, what about it?
On some money
what about it?
sometimes it was 300 or 500. Well,
Right.
it ended in September 6th.
That's right.
And guess what? I got to pay all that money back now, Tom.
Why is that?
I don't know. They say that I'm in debt, and I log into onto my website, logging in for my Colorado State unemployment. I log in there. It says I'm in debt at least $12,000.
Hold on a second, Fernando. During this time, you were out of work. Is that right?
Yeah, I was unemployed.
And you were
Due to
getting
the
this extra
pandemic,
money.
I couldn't find a
Okay,
job.
here's what I want to know. Are they saying that you must pay back all of it or just the pandemic part of it?
Well, all of it. I was only through the state was able to get $200 a week from the state.
Okay, why
For
is
the
it?
regular
Why?
unemployment.
They must give you a reason. What reason do they
Well,
give
I
you?
don't really no reason at all. I talked to them. I tried calling them and trying to clarify it, but they only go off of the actual website that I'm actually to see on my own personal account.
All right, Suze.
And it's
Suze, is Phil still around that we can talk to, Phil, over at the unemployment office? Really, Fernando doesn't understand it. I don't understand it. They have to give him a reason. They're saying they want every penny back of unemployment and federal pandemic assistance. Every penny
I thought
back.
this was a workman's comp call.
Wait, Fernando, is this a workers' comp call?
No, this is unemployment.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on. We're going to try to get some answers for you. 303-713-8255. By the way, is it time for an insurance checkup? If you haven't had one in 2 or 3 years, you can call free, and it's objective. It's honest. They represent like 25 companies. They're not going to steer you to any one company, and if you already have a great deal, even with what we consider a bad company. Seriously, they'll tell you that if you have a great deal. They're not trying to switch you. They're trying to help you. The Insurance Help Center, 303-996-9000.
Said he couldn't find a job. Yeah, right. Yeah. How is that even possible? You know what? It is. By the way, are they happy now with their new president and their new? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hell, you can walk down any street and get 6 or 7 jobs. Absolutely. Like that. I was going to say, Fernando, call us. Do you want a job? We'll interview you today. Go down to our office and interview.
You're down in the Springs?
Huh?
Where you at?
No, we're here in Denver. We're in the Springs too, but he's calling from Denver.
You do background checks?
We do.
Criminal?
Yep. We do drug testing.
Do you hire criminals?
We don't. Well, there's been some exceptions.
Only if they get the chance.
There's been some exceptions where we understood and knew the situation, what was going on, right? But it's a rarity, right? We're not going to hire anybody that has theft or that kind of stuff, or sexual or anything with children or anything like that. But domestic violence can be a very different scenario. But we dig into it.
Okay, did I miss something, bro? I'm sorry. Did I miss it? Can I do it after now? These two? All right.
Yeah, when people say I couldn't find a job,
It's
bullshit.
Now it's bullshit.
It's been bullshit for quite a while. Because we've been trying to hire for a good year. But, and every business owner I talk to, they're trying to hire.
Yeah, like I said, every
Hey,
guest-
let's talk about David Ellis Jewelry to buy your scrap gold, metal, your old coin collections, your old jewelry. The reason I say that is he's interested in the precious metals. That's what he does. Plus, of course, while you're at David Ellis Jewelry, you can always, of course, buy something, a gift or so, but it's not obligation. There's no obligation, of course. He'll buy what you have. 3rd and Clayton, 303-322-8779. DavidEllisJewelry.com. He's been there 40 years, and he is honest. He'll give you a straight price and write the check right there. So the point is, don't deal online to nameless, faceless people or meet people in a hotel room that set up a temporary shop. Go to someone who's been established for a long time. 3rd and Clayton, DavidEllisJewelry.com. Get your price. Hey, there's no obligation. If you don't like the price, then don't take it. But hey, he's here, he's local, and he has a great store, 3rd and Clayton, 303-322-8779. Some other local people that I deal with that I love, ApprovalReverse.com, Approval Reverse Mortgage. Now, they're there to help you through the
reverse loan process. Now, this is something that you can use for a retirement tool to extract all of your equity out of your home, or most of it, or a lot of it, without paying tax on it. So if you've gained a lot of equity, you can take advantage of it in your retirement. You will never be upside down in your house ever. Your estate will never be strapped with a liability. That's just a fact. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528.
Are you paying too much for Medicare?
He was talking, trying to get some information about, I don't know, maybe his hot tub or something.
Where was the other gentleman, or where is he now that was here? The other gentleman?
Dan.
Dan the man.
Yeah.
He's just not doing it anymore. He's
He moved on?
Well, yeah, I think he's enjoying retirement.
This is my retirement for me. Okay. You got that straight, dude?
Yeah. God, those people are so good, man. So good.
We always bitch about customer service between Newmar and all these people, man. It's just unbelievable.
Did you have some breakfast from the retirement party?
Of course, bacon.
I'm pleased to join all
Did
of
you
you
get some?
to pay tribute to Barry
You can go get some, Doc. You can go get some.
Our respect and admiration for his remarkable career, his dedication to his profession, his friends, and his community.
Is that
Barry likes
Clinton?
to say he found heaven in 1967 by moving to Denver, creating Fayline.
It sounds like it, but
It is
sounds like
Yeah, it sounds like Clinton.
It is.
sounds like a younger Clinton now.
It is a younger.
Okay, I was about to say.
It's when he was getting a blowjob.
While he was getting a blowjob. While he was getting
This young lady really looks good down on her knees.
I can see the top of her head.
I put my coffee down on her head. What was the club?
That's what Johnny Carson said. He said a perfect woman's, what, 3 foot tall, no teeth.
I also saw.
So you have a place to put this drink.
Who said that?
Johnny Carson.
The week after the Doors, which is my first show.
Jim Moore, the Doors played your call?
It's my first show.
The Doors.
The Johnny Carson.
Denver.
Talk about a guy that showbiz really left, man. He just gone.
And I was walking around saying goodbye to everybody.
Cap off the floor.
A lifetime. It starts next week.
Takes a deep breath.
To double before the
Oh, now I'm ready.
Who is that, Tom, in there?
Huh?
Who is that?
Alex Stone, ABC News, and then the other guy is one of the other guy is which one? Oh damn! I'm so embarrassed. He is a former news guy here.
Oh.
Top 5 at least.
He is one of the founders of this business we call show. You know, these rock and roll shows that people go to see now. He's one of the guys that developed it.
Do you want to play games? Or do you want your money to work smart? You want money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investment decisions. Leveraging investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs Company, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, signing and deposits Marcus provided by Goldman Sachs Banking, member FDIC.
Denver's talk station.
I forgot I had a swing box. Yeah. I just don't, I mean, everything's accessible everywhere.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Our text is exploding. So, anyway, here's a question. Tom, I'm interested. This is our text. By the way, it's 57739. Just lead off the text with Tom, please. You text to this number, 57739. Just lead it off with Tom so we know it's for this show. Tom, I'm interested in what should be included in a contract with a worker, not on your referral list, of course. In general, I know what he's talking about is really contracting with someone. And we've talked about this before, not in a legal sense, But based on the complaints we've taken in the past, we can tell you the problems people have gotten into by not having things specified, especially when it comes to roofing. But it really can extend to any kind of a contract with any kind of a contractor. Never go with a contractor ever that says, we'll take care of it, whatever your insurance wants. They don't have your best interest at heart, and you do not want them touching anything of yours at all, ever. So what you want is someone who will commit to what you need and how much it will cost. Then you can decide with your insurance company if you're being treated fairly or not. So, what do you need? Obviously, you need a start date and a proposed completion date with penalties if the delays are the contractor's fault, and name what things they're not responsible for, but you should also have a list of specifications for the job itself. You want each and every item they're doing specified, along with the amount of money that particular part of the job is costing and all of the materials involved. Okay, that's pretty logical, right? And then you need cancellation and you need termination for cause. And really, it wouldn't be a bad idea to consult an attorney. I was always thinking maybe we should get our attorneys to come up with a great contract to start with and then people to build on it. But so many contracts are not contracts really, they're estimates that are accepted or they're proposals, but they really don't get into the nitty-gritty that people need. Also, payment structure, when you pay and how much you pay. And you should also have built in any kind of arbitration for quality issues. I'm not talking about for breach of contract or stuff like that. But you want to know that if you have an issue, hey, that wall's crooked, I don't like it, take it down. No, I'm not, I finished the job. You need, as you go, to have inspections or at least walkthroughs on stages of big developments. You don't want to wait till the end and then start bitching and moaning about everything. You need to have stages. Now, with very big jobs, even if you don't have a construction loan, I recommend a construction management account. That's where money is held in escrow and you pay a little extra because you want that money released only upon completion from a neutral inspector. Sometimes a title company can do that. Or you can put the money on deposit with a bank and do a construction loan with that deposit being the secured factor of the construction loan. Whatever it is, it gives an independent set of eyes the power to say this is done right or wrong. So there's all kinds of things depending on the size of a job. So that is what I would recommend when it comes to a contract, when you're contracting with someone.
There's another big one.
What is it?
CRS 3822-127.
If you advise them of that, yeah, what we're talking about is we've had contractors who take money and then go bankrupt, and a judge has ruled in the past.
Bankruptcy judge.
If bankruptcy judges have ruled in the past that if the contractor is not aware of the Contractors Trust Act, he may not be held responsible for it. In some cases, he has not been held responsible, and he was allowed to go bankrupt. So it's really a good idea to make them known, to make them aware of the Contractors Trust Act right up front. You tell them that you know the money must be used for your job according to the law, or they'll be penalized. And you have to put the details in there, and you must say, when he signs this, that he is now aware of it. He acknowledges that.
He acknowledges my money will be held in trust.
I just want to verify this is the right website, cybernetdpn.com.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'll notice your logo. Yeah,
it's like a shield.
Yeah, it's being
Gentlemen, it's been good to be with you. I got a jet here in just a few minutes. Okay. But I know. Hey, it is the in thing these days. Just buying private jet time, buying blocks, and not have to mess with
COVID brought that around big time, man.
And it's not like stupid out of But good to be with you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. I'll call. You guys need to have some shit.
Okay. Take care of you. But enjoy the rest of the show.
To win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
You don't need a card. Yeah. No, in fact, next time you come in, did you come all the way up this time?
I'll look into your publication that you guys are sending out. Yeah. So looking at doing that here in just 6 months. Okay. All
right, Shane.
Okay. You guys take care. Good to see you. Thank you.
Jurors in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Kenosha, Wisconsin, telling the court they want to refuse to visit the second day of jury deliberation. The federal judge has said the state of Kansas self-described the QAnon shamans to 41 months role in the January 6th attacks West Capitol. Kansas reversed the symbols decided wearing a fur vest and helmet. He apologized to the court. This is ABC News. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken making his first trip to Africa as America's top diplomat, meeting with the Kenyan president, appealing for the preservation of democracy. He didn't say yes. Blinken also touted the millions of COVID vaccinations donated to Africa. The fraud trial continues for once high-ranking card ABC.
Well, that is a one damn engine.
The trial against the once powerful cardinal resumes after a judge gave the defense more time to
That's
review
really old, man.
They got one interesting. They don't want nobody going in and out that building. And to get out that door, you got to walk past all the cash
residential building in London.
and then this big.
So they got it set up because it's high shoplifting.
Yeah.
Much of which it lost. So Francis fired Bichu from his last Vatican post in 2020 for alleged nepotism.
I don't think
the ratings actually are better.
I don't think you can even roll a cash a shopping cart out of there without going past the cash register.
You notice they all close at 10 p.m. for the most part. Is the one you and Melinda go to close? Or is that, that one might be one of the few 24.
It could still be 24.
Oh, I know, I bet. Remember, that's where she thought she lost her phone when we all went out to dinner. I forgot that was right. She was in our car. And of course, we couldn't check because we were, it was at the airport.
Yeah.
Did she get a new one in the meantime, or she just waited for us to get back? Because you didn't know if it was there or not.
I kind of bet that's where it was, but it wasn't the best.
I forgot about it. And get $75 for a sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
We're going to play tomorrow night ball. They set this all up before.
Monday's shooting at Aurora Central High School. That's where that black Chrysler 300 with dark painted windows and
that is my car!
I know, dude. Suzanne and I saw it on the news last night. We both looked at each other and go, fucking to leave.
Oh man, that's my car. Jacked up.
There have been multiple violent crimes reported at Nome Park before Monday's shooting. Winter Park opens for the ski season today.
Glad I wasn't driving around.
Park Resort
You
has
guys
an
are
app
obsessed with
complete with a trail map.
Here it is.
Also keep track of your vertical feet ski.
There's two cars.
I'm Chuck Clark. Now, impact traffic.
I'm so glad I wasn't out.
Go traffic center.
Because that would have been jacked up.
Not a bad looking drive right now, up and down I-25. Speeds are at
I hate those out here.
between C470 and I-70. And then north of I-70, as you travel through the north.
I don't even know why they're like, they must have caught these on video somewhere.
Well, that's what they asked for. They called for video in the area. They called for everybody, businesses and everybody around to pop up some videos. They did the same thing with this little girl this morning. They're asking for.
I saw that.
Do you realize what these fucking people are saying about climate change and how this country, they're talking about being underwater and all this shit.
Holidays are a perfect reason to visit the Broadmoor, whether it's the traditional holiday show.
I want to know.
Or one of their spectacular New Year's.
Hey, I'll tell you this. This is one hot fucking November. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah, but I want to know how they know that we are impacting it to this degree. How could anyone ever impact it?
I don't think we could ever impact it as much as a big fucking volcano. There's a million things that could be way bigger impact than we have. I think a volcano would probably be the biggest, man.
Yeah, St. Helens screwed us up for a long time.
Remember, they couldn't even fly shit, man.
Yeah, right, one in Iceland.
You couldn't fly airplanes.
I'm not denying there aren't changes in our fucking atmosphere. There is no denying
I'm not even denying that we're affecting them, but that balance is
there ain't gonna, we ain't gonna die in 20 fucking years. I can assure you that part.
Not from our actions alone. No.
They're saying here.
You get a big enough meteorite that doesn't break up, man. That would cause all kinds of shit.
Carbon dioxide remains in the atmosphere for centuries, and the carbon that's already in the atmosphere is warming the planet 1.1 degrees centigrade.
That one out in New Mexico.
With no emissions.
That hole they have.
Yeah, with the fire in it.
No. It's a meteor hit from thousands of years ago. They said that thing was the size of a Volkswagen Bug. That fucking hole, dude, it is so
a couple
big.
of miles across.
It's huge.
The entire.
In a Volkswagen. Think of how hard that had to hit.
What about the one that killed the dinosaurs?
Yeah, I know. But the reason it did, the Ice Age, it basically created so much shit, the sun didn't do nothing.
Right. Except that's why we're here.
Yeah.
I wonder if that one movie, man, where they have to go onto that asteroid and try to blow it up before it hits Earth.
Oh my God.
That's right, man. That'd be crazy.
They'll do that in the next couple of years.
They have to shoot it.
Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't forget Frank Duran, therealestateman.com for free market valuations of your home. He'll tell you what it will sell for based on his 27 years of experience. It's free for the asking. 303-713-TALK is our number. By the way, to get a hold of Frank, it's 303-920-1622.
Hey,
that's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Our prayers, and please, your prayers go out to Frank, him and his wife. She's not feeling good.
And what we hope is that everyone, of course, when it comes to getting your valuation, you call Frank, and one thing is for sure, okay? Frank and all of our sponsors employ safety protocols at all times, and they really and truly have, like, for example, we were just talking to ZeroResDenver.com. Whether they're sick or not feeling good, they never take chances. They always have safety in mind. And that's a good thing. So no matter where you stand on vaccinations, wherever you stand on protocols, wherever you stand on immunization or immunity protocols, whatever it is, everyone can agree we can at least practice safety in public or when we enter into people's homes, and that is something that all of our people do. So, we talked about what should be included in a contract. Somebody texted us. Here's another text. Tom, I had ZeroRes come to the house. I was a little upset the guy was there an hour until it dried, and I noticed all the stains were gone and it looked beautiful. So that's cool. He said, I was mad at first because it looked like it was too easy for him with that empowered water. And what is the real story? This is a text again, and I'll give you that number. What's the real story about home title lock? You've commented, and they advertise. What do you think? It's just such an easy thing to explain. title lock does not prevent anything from being recorded on your home. It simply alerts you. Now, they claim that title theft is big, meaning that someone will do a quitclaim deed, taking ownership of your home away. If they did and it was fraudulent, it would never stand. The other thing they claim is that people take out loans in your name. Again, if you didn't sign for them and it's fraudulent, it would never stand. Of course. Would it be a pain in the ass? Of course it would. But I want to remind you that title lock will simply alert you. You still have to fight it. Okay? So, alerting you. Is that unique? Now, many of the counties are offering the service free. I want to tell you that. Free of charge. So contact your county clerk and find out if you can get the service free where you're alerted to any property that you own. Am I saying that what they're doing is a scam? No, they do exactly what they say. They alert you. Just like credit alerts. But nobody can stop the actual recording. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Tom, the same thing happened to me with unemployment that happened to that caller. I was told I have to pay it back because my ID and me verification didn't go through. It could be something small like that. He's talking about a caller who called and said, I am being told I have to pay back all, Fernando said, all of my unemployment. I was getting a few $100 a month plus pandemic assistance for a total of about $800 to $1,000, and now he has to pay it all back. Suze, we are going to check with our source there on why people would be asked to pay it back. It could be that they thought he was getting it fraudulently, for all we know, right, Suze?
That's right. I email Phil and we'll get an answer from him.
Good. Now, okay. I did
Tom, you want to hear something funny about Zero Res?
What's that?
I guess an ocelot some years ago urinated in the KOA studio, and I guess they cleaned it up pretty good. It was pretty stinky.
How'd they get an ocelot in the studio?
Better question. What the hell's an ocelot?
Mark, Google it. It's the cutest thing.
They must have been here doing a show or something. Yeah. Tom, the unemployment guy probably did not respond to a questionnaire that was sent in July that required that everyone send proof of his unemployment by a certain date. Even though I responded, the claim that did not go through, so I'm in an appeals process now. I have not heard from them, but they want me to pay back $20,000. The whole system is a nightmare right now. A bunch of catch-22s. So anyway, that's another thing on the unemployment. Now, this one, Tom, I'm interested in what should be included on a contract. Okay, I already did that one. And I did, Zero Res did my house, and this is another one. And they did a wonderful job, and it looks great. What else? I'm looking at text. By the way, give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, just so you know, a lot of people are texting us. They put Tom in the text, so I know it's for the show. That's all we ask, is that the first name be either Tom, or if you're going to Michael Brown, Mike Brown, or Ross or whatever. But anyway, for us, it's Tom, and you text the message Tom and then the message to 57739, 57739. Okay, they're renaming the Staples Center. Did you know that? They say to Crypto.com Center.
Jeez.
So, what do you think? Is crypto here to stay? Anyway, Tom, what about an update on the failure to launch kit? We have not heard from Patrick in a long time. Patrick was a guy that was living with a friend's parents. He didn't have a job. He didn't have a hope. He went to trade school. He met a girl. He bought a car. He got an apartment. We haven't heard from him lately. He's made some missteps, that's for sure, but we haven't heard from him lately. So, Patrick...
He might be in the can. I don't know.
Patrick, if you let us know. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Tom, my in-laws got their carpet cleaned with Zero Res and loved it. Good. Okay, now, Can you tell me? I don't want to get to that. Where Mark got his shoes. That is that, and this is somebody who obviously has been in the studio
That's
before.
funny.
That goes back to a stupid inside joke
There's
where Mark
nothing stupid about it.
Mark would ask people, "I'll bet you lunch that I can tell you where you got your shoes."
And I have been able to do that. In fact, I could tell Talib where he got his shoes.
And he bets him lunch, and if he can tell him, and then of course
you can't lie. Talib's looking at him. You can't lie about it though.
Now listen to this.
Okay.
Where you got your shoes. And then Mark responds, "You got your shoes on your feet."
That's right.
So
and they buy me lunch.
And so it does depend on that. Okay. Also, we have Tom. Did the elderly couple that got the money back? No, they didn't get their money back. We're talking about cybercrime, by the way. And I'm just trying to glance through these. And that's about it for now. So if you have any new ones, give us a call, 303. You can call on the line, by the way. You don't have to text us. But you can text for real news. Now, Jorge called, and he was a fat guy, gained he was 500 pounds, went up to 600 pounds, and was getting bigger, and he didn't know what was wrong with him. Does anyone remember that? Well, we didn't hear back from him, but I forget what we were going to do. We had our doctor on to talk about that.
Hey, it looks like this vaccine mandate's going to go down.
Where?
Everywhere.
Down meaning it's going to be in effect.
Good question. That could be taken any way. It looks like a very conservative leaning appeals court is to hear the challenge overall, and most likely it is not going to go through. In other words, they're going to put the kibosh on it.
Well, here's what they're saying. They're saying that a private company cannot be told what to do with the health of their employees. They can't be told that. That it's totally overreaching of government.
And it is overreaching.
I mean, the last time I checked, we are not China, we are not Australia, we are not countries that have concentration camps, and we don't try to tell people what to do with their bodies. Does that slogan mean anything to you? My body, my choice. Hey, does that ring a bell to any of you? And of course, what's amazing to me is the inconsistency of people's attitudes. It's just amazing to me how they are all for freedom when it comes to one thing. When it comes to another, they're all for tyranny. Now, by the way, I'm not speaking against vaccines. I'm vaccinated, and I got a booster shot. And by the way, booster shots are here to stay, okay? There's no such thing as a vaccine. It's a flu shot. That's what it is. You're going to get it every year. Get used to it. Just like a regular flu.
Every year. They said the J&J one, it's gone in 2 months. You're supposed to go get a booster. 2 months. That's 6 times a year.
Okay, I didn't hear that one. But anyway, maybe every 6 months. Anyway, regular flu shots are every year. I've gotten regular flu shots.
It'd be nice if they were all in one. How's that?
Yeah, it would be. And when will the government start dictating other things, though, based on health? They've changed the definition of a pandemic, by the way, which triggers emergency powers. It has changed, not to mention any death or risk whatsoever. And just check this out for yourself, okay? At CDC, the definition has been changed to simply say a disease. It doesn't talk about magnitude. That, for God's sakes, could be dry skin.
The CDC also changed the definition of vaccination, if you recall.
That's right. To clarify, they said. And they changed the threshold at which people test positive. And by the way, it's not the first time. They changed that CT, the cycle threshold, up and down according to what they want the results to be. If they want to show the vaccine was working like they did at first, they then lowered the raised the threshold. No, they lowered the threshold. So in other words, they didn't do as many thresholds. They only did 14 or 24 cycles. If it didn't show up, you didn't have it. because they wanted to show infections going down. Now, if they want to scare people and show infections going up, they put out a memo saying now the cycle is 40. So now they re-amplify it 40 times to show that it is getting worse. So the numbers that you see with COVID cases, first of all, do not address infections. They call them cases, and sometimes people have COVID present without an infection. They have it, they can carry it, of course, but without any symptoms, without any risk whatsoever, both vaccinated and unvaccinated. And many times, the viral particles are so small that they could never infect anyone, but they are called a case. That's just the way it is. No matter what you say, that's just the way it is. And so why people don't hold accountable our authorities at the CDC and the World Health Organization and all over the world for changing things and becoming a moving target just so they can control us and what we do.
ABC News today. Listen to this, man. ABC News. Vermont, nearly 72% of residents are fully vaccinated against COVID-19, more than any other state in the union, okay? And that's according to the CDC. At the same time, it has the 12th highest rate of new COVID cases last week.
And they're going to blame that on the 30% that are unvaccinated.
Or Trump.
Now, here's what I want to know. Does it make sense to anyone that we can blame the unvaccinated for spreading the disease? Because first and foremost...
In the most vaccinated state.
Well, I just want to say something. We can all carry the virus, whether we're vaccinated or not. We all carry the virus. We all carry the virus.
I look at it that way because I had COVID. I do not believe I carry the virus.
No, I'm talking about spreading it. We can all spread that virus. We are told we can spread the virus whether we're vaccinated or not. We were told that. If you are vaccinated and you're around people with the virus, can you spread it? The answer is yes. If you're unvaccinated, can you spread it? The answer is yes. If you're vaccinated, can you get it? The answer is yes. If you're unvaccinated, can you get it? The answer is yes. So the benefit of the vaccine has always been one thing only, and that is less severe symptoms and less death. Isn't that right, Deputy Doug? Isn't that truly the narrative? They haven't changed that yet.
Yes, that's true.
That's what they say. If you have the vaccine, there's less of a chance of hospitalization, less of a chance of severe symptoms, and less of a chance of death.
And all the stats confirm that.
Okay. As far as true stats. Now, but as far as the other stats for who can carry the virus, what do we know? Everyone can carry the virus.
I don't think they've denied that either.
Okay. We have more coming up, including the update on the obese guy, 303-713-8.
You know, that's kind of like, what is the one, wasn't it HIV where people could have it, it would never attack their own body, but they could spread it like crazy? Is that AIDS?
AIDS?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or HIV, not actually full-blown AIDS. I'm pretty sure there were carriers that never affected them personally, never died from it, but they could spread the shit out.
Yeah, if you have the virus.
But it doesn't affect you.
Then you can spread it.
228-2910 or visit epipe.com.
Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. You heard Brent Ivinson on the air talking about Ideal and their interest rate guarantee. If rates go down by just 0.75%, they will refinance you free of charge. And of course, that is the interest rate guarantee. They also have the pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. If in fact you get that pre-approval, you just need to find a house, and then the rest is just nothing. Really, you're already approved. So it is like a cash deal. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. GenesisSolarCO.com. Genesis for your solar needs. The only company I know that engages a manufacturer that will give a 25-year guarantee on production and a 25-year guarantee on all components. You can get a 20-minute evaluation of your property to see if you're a good candidate for solar. By the way, not everyone is. This evaluation is done off-site. 303-474-4317. It's done by satellite. 303-474-4317. Just for calling, you get a free Yeti cup and setting up that evaluation. 303-474-4317.
Give your family the gift of good health.
you guys doing? Ron Smith, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Pro Bowler, Ring of Famer with the Denver Broncos. We got dumbbells, we got fitness equipment, we got treadmills, we got bikes, we got it in stock right now. My original fitness equipment came from a big box store. Filled the space, looked good, but it just wasn't functional. And you know what happened? Didn't get used. The great thing about getting new stuff put in your home, it made me want to use the gym more, and it's got to be the best. And true, the tough stuff are the best you can buy. There's nothing more important than health, so get the equipment that you'll use every single day. You never regret buying quality.
We have deals everywhere. Take advantage of up to 36 months, 0% financing. All of our products have incredible warranties. We do delivery, we do installation, we service the product. If you ever have a problem, we come and fix it. It's commercial grade equipment made for your home.
Fitness Gallery offers the lowest prices for the highest quality equipment.
Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or visit us at fitnessgallery.com.
You don't need a referral to get physical therapy at Colorado Pain Care. See world-class doctorate-level therapists. They even show you self-help techniques. Get this, if they see underlying problems, you're right there at Colorado Pain Care, the best pain clinic anywhere. Yes, you can book physical therapy directly. Maybe that's all you need. Find out today. Get your life back. 303-GOT-PAIN. Isn't it time you got relief? 303-GOT-PAIN. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for ColoradoPainCare.com.
Take control of your body. Downtown's Healthcare can help. You no longer have to live with back, shoulder, or knee pain. Not when Downtown's Healthcare specializes in natural healing. Downtown's Healthcare...
Guys, there's eggs, potatoes, everybody's done, man, and there's still a shitload of food. Go get some.
Bacon?
Well, there was.
Hey, Mark, did you
I
send
won't
out,
lie, there literally was.
did you send me on Facebook about a 2017 Ford?
Biscuits and gravy, though. Those fucking look good. I'm going to tell Suzanne she loves that. On what?
Did you send out something on Facebook about a Ford that was shaped?
Yeah, did you see how many hits I got?
No, how many?
Look, 8 million.
Wow.
Hey, babe, there's, you're not my babe. Hey, there's biscuits and gravy in there that look freaking good. Everybody's done in sales, so if you guys want anything, go get it. Except for Shannon.
I'll go with you.
Let's go, Doc.
Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.25 rate and APR with no closing costs on a 15-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial.
I snagged the last bacon, though, so fuck 'em.
Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.25.
You know, I remember when Jerry was program director for a couple months over KAL.
So call today. 25-3669. That's 844-45-3669. 844.
Did you figure out dinner plans with Miles or no?
No, let me text him because I want to know. Because if we're going to do something with him, I might cancel racquetball so we can knock out that TV.
Okay, because that's why I'm not getting good sort of holding out for management, you know?
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's
Yeah, but it's still going to be hours.
Network presented by DraftKings.
If you just go get one biscuit or something, fuck, they look good.
Do they?
I just had bacon and eggs.
6 wins in 7 games. On the ice, the Avalanche.
Yeah, it's from a good place. I forget.
Their third straight win after blowouts of
All right.
the Sharks and Canucks at home in their last 2 games. And after being named the
Hey, what'd you find out? Do you want to do something tonight or not?
You know what? It swells up a lot of conversation. You
Yes,
know?
it does. I don't know if I wish I wait. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I mean, maybe. I mean, is that what you want to do?
You know, after
30 some odd years,
Let me see
over.
once.
Well, actually, when did it start slowing down? It wasn't the pandemic, was it? When did it start slowing down?
I don't know. I was gone for 9 months.
No, but it was when you came back. We still had full lines. We had full lines up until what, a year ago? 2 years ago? It's only been like a year or two. 2 years.
Some things I can't keep up, you know?
No, I know, but there was a time I never, ever had a line open. Ever. Fucking ever.
Oh, yeah, but man, that's...
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, whatever's on your mind, give us a call. Suze has an update on that 500-pound guy that went to 600 pounds, and then he kept gaining. Anyway, what did we do? We had our doctor on to talk about, one of our medical experts, to talk about some of the reasons this could be happening, right? And then he said, you know, there's obviously something wrong. And sometimes he said it could even be a medication, reaction to a medication or something like that. So what happened, Suze? Oh, that is wonderful. Do you know how important that is? It's possible that we saved that guy's life.
It's so funny how many people don't realize they most likely, if they don't have a job and they're in bad shape, can actually get health care for free. That is one of the good things Obamacare did do.
Oh, yeah. It expanded Medicaid to a point where it doesn't matter how much money you actually have in the bank or equity or
Assets.
stuff like that. It has to do with only income, which is really good because a lot of people, you know, they had a home and stuff or a car, but they couldn't get anything. And this guy, it could possibly save his life. I am so happy about that. That's really good. That's really good. And we have to thank Integra Insurance about that. I'm just trying to figure out where the heck. Okay, the son, Jorge was, yes, gained more than 100 pounds since August. What good news. We now got him on Medicaid. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Charlie, what's going on with you? Hello, Charlie. What's happening?
Charlie. Hi, I live in Littleton. I wanted to bring up the topic of toll roads. I don't know if you've ever driven on C470 or I-70.
Yes, I do. As a
during
matter of
rush
fact,
hour,
I just
but
got
hardly
notice
anyone
all the time.
I just got notice that my transponder's not working, and I got a bill. Yeah.
I love C470, man. I used to have to take that 225 to the airport from the Castle Rock area. Nightmare.
Yeah, I love C470. Anyway, what about it, Charlie?
But just visually, it seems like very little people are taking the toll road, so the traffic's not changing. And when they were building this project, both I-70 and C470, they kind of led, at least the news led us to believe that it was going to solve the traffic problem. Well, it hasn't because so few people take that toll road. So my question is, and my topic is, I don't know if you guys have lived anywhere else, but is there a state that it's illegal to have toll roads, or is there any legislation that could be proposed to remove toll roads?
Charlie, I come from New Jersey, man. And I couldn't drive like 5 miles without hitting a toll road. And some of these roads wouldn't be around if we didn't have private entities like C470 doing those bond deals. And I'm going to disagree with one thing you say. I go up to the mountains a lot on the weekends since they opened those express lanes coming back down.
I love them. I love them.
I've noticed a huge difference, and I don't pay for those lanes. I've noticed the difference in the regular lanes.
Yeah, I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Anyway,
But to answer his question, yes, I guess if you could get an initiative on the ballot to outlaw them and somehow it passed, I mean, yeah, I guess technically it's possible, but I don't see it ever happening.
Right. Anyway.
I think the way to approach it, and tell me what you think, is if a private toll road has taken taxpayer money, they should be given a certain amount of time to give back that money or to stop with the tolls.
What do you mean by that? I don't get what you mean by that.
He's saying if C470 is public dollars.
Yeah, C470 is public dollars. What about it?
E470 is private.
Okay, so what about it?
Let's say E470. Is that private or public?
Yeah, I meant E470. Well, it's kind of a mix, actually.
I don't really know if it is or not. I really don't. Okay, so what about it, though?
If they've taken public tax dollars, they either, I would like to see a proposal that would say, hey, either give back the tax dollars
it's
or
a public highway.
Stop the toll.
I'm reading this. It's a quasi-government entity that manages how the entity is quasi-governmental because it's managing a public highway authority. Oh, that's quasi-governmental, public highway authority. And it consists of 8-member jurisdictions: Adams, Arapahoe, Douglas, and the cities of Aurora, Brighton, Commerce City, Thornton, and the town of Parker. So it talks all about this.
Right, so anytime you travel on these roads, not only are your taxpayer money going to it, you're paying on it once you get on it again.
Yeah. No, I believe listen, I think the controlled access toll road is supported by the toll. I believe it is supported by the toll. I mean, that's what it's saying here.
Okay, great. Well, if there's no taxpayer money involved, I'm okay with that.
It says here, the automated blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to... So apparently, it goes toward the support. Now, it does say it was a metropolitan district. Let's see. I got to figure this out. It's too hard to read while I'm on the air, but I mean, it's no different than any other kind of toll road, really. The toll is supposed to pay for the road. And, you know, I mean, that's not a big deal.
I also know that there's topic in and of itself that we don't have to go into, but I know that this infrastructure bill, Colorado's going to see a lot of money from that.
Yeah.
And I would like to see that part of it used to get rid of tolls.
Well, what is the deal with tolls in you? What is it? You don't have to use a toll road.
Well, in some places you have to, not here in Colorado.
Because if you've ever gone on I-70 or C-470 during rush hour, the traffic isn't any better as if that lane didn't exist, except for a few cars that take the toll road.
I disagree with that.
Man, more people take 470 than I ever imagined would take it. You're saying no one's taking it? My God, so many people are using it, it's crazy.
Very few.
What do you mean very few? What are you basing that on? What are you basing that on, very few? What are you basing it on?
Visually.
I see.
It probably saves people a half hour to 45 minutes to get to the airport, and that's if 225's not backed up.
So I'd like to know, though.
Like I said, I was on C-470 yesterday during rush hour, and it was bumper to bumper, maybe about 20 miles an hour, and you see people whizzing by on the express lane. But aside from those few folks, because so few people want to pay the additional cost, it's not helping with the overall traffic.
Okay.
I dig what he's saying, but it's just not... I like being able to pay to go faster if I want to. I really do.
According to this website, it supports itself. So, I mean, and most toll roads supposedly do. That's I can just go by what I'm reading. I don't know if it's accurate or not.
You know, but he brought up something curious about the infrastructure bill. The voters of Colorado just voted down that we would have to go through our houses in order to figure out what happens to that money that we're getting by the feds for the infrastructure bill, and they actually voted it down. So really, it's pretty much 100% up to our governor what the hell he wants to do with that money, which I find crazy. I much rather... You know, the people get a say. And I'm not saying Polis is going to blow it on other stuff. I don't think that, but it would
Well, they're not allowed to put it. They're not allowed to put it in the general fund, Mark.
No, but he can decide pretty much what roads, where, and what to do.
Well, who else should? The legislature, you think?
Yeah, I think they should all. Yes, I do.
303-713-TALK. Listen, this text, I got to take a break. This is the text, though, about junk email and what to do about it. And the unsubscribe, should you enter your email.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now,
you know what? You might be wrong. I'm looking it up.
This report is
You mean
sponsored by the
Wikipedia? You mean
Broadmoor.
this might be wrong?
Good news, if you are up to the north
Infrastructure bill to pump $6.2 billion into Colorado State.
Estes Park and Lyon, after being shut down for a while because of fire in the area.
I don't know what you're
So
talking
that
about.
is good news there. Now
You're
back
talking
to
about
the
that,
metro
the
area,
infrastructure
and
bill?
also good news on your
I know
Broadmoor
nothing about the
5. There's
infrastructure
no
bill, but it
delay.
seems weird that if they would give it to a state to put it in the general fucking fund. That would seem pretty weird.
Tonight's low 27, and then mostly cloudy and dry for tomorrow with a high reaching 53. Currently it's 37. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 6:30 KHOW. Holidays are a perfect reason to visit the Broadmoor. Whether it's the traditional holiday show featuring singer Sheena Easton or one of their spectacular New Year's Eve celebrations, you are sure to make memories that will last a lifetime. Visit Broadmoor.com
You know
for
where
more
most of it's
information.
going? I mean, like 700.
Let's talk about RockyMountainIVMedics.com. Those are the people I use in the studio. You can use them in your home. You can use them at your office. You can use them anywhere you want. You don't have to go to them. They come to you. And it doesn't cost you any more than going to a regular IV clinic or an IV bar. RockyMountainIVMedics.com for dehydration, migraines. If you're sick with the flu, COVID, and you need to get over the hump, or you just want to get some vitamin supplementation, whatever it is, RockyMountainIVMedics.com. They come to you, and they do a great job. 720-987-2155. Call or text for even same-day appointments. 720-987-2155. It's open enrollment, which means you need to make some important health care decisions now. And if that's the case, don't try to do it alone. Health insurance made simple and smart through Integra Insurance. I highly recommend IntegraInsurance.com. Go there to get your insurance. You won't pay any more going through them, and they'll help you make wise decisions. You have a limited time. Call 303-466-5500. Don't even try to go without insurance. 303-466-5500. IntegraInsurance.com.
Maybe you have a loved one who
In Colorado, we'll get about
like letting the dog out or struggles with chores
1
like
billion
cooking. Sometimes needs to
for highways, water infrastructure, 700 million.
Earliest clinical stage of Alzheimer's. If you or someone you know
Airport, 432.
or other memory issues,
Bridges, 225.
I heard you say I'll have to ask Mom if she wants to do that. So what's that about?
MCI and its most common cause at its time.
Tonight?
Biogen
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. We might as well.
Was it just the three of us, or was he bringing somebody?
I would assume there's 3 of us. I don't know. I just
I don't mind doing that. I worry a little bit about your back. Like all of a sudden you're swinging a lot and your back goes funky on you. It's certainly not where I'd want to eat, but you know, to go there and do Top Golf. And then if you want to do Top Golf with just him and you two, that's fine too, but just let me know.
8101 East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village, Colorado.
So Sissy doesn't top golf? Or is she someplace else?
She screens for Dan Kaplis tonight. So she
has 2 jobs, dude.
And every time she hears we're going to Top Golf, why didn't they get the invite? I don't know, because you're busy as hell. But she screens for Dan Kaplis Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday.
It's time to get a free consultation at Colorado's Clear Choice.
And who's with you in your booth?
That's our intern.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is she unpaid intern?
Mm-hmm.
Working for college or?
He's going to college. He's going to Colorado Media School.
But he's already a teacher, too.
He's been a teacher in Boulder for a while. Okay. He's doing a career change or something.
Okay, so it's through his college that he's doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Go to clearchoice.com and schedule your free consultation.
Being discussed. See?
I wonder if he has student loans.
I don't know. I'll bet you $100 he's liberal.
I would agree with you on that. To get the new screener.
I get why people don't like tolls, man, but I'll tell you, in Jersey, everything was a toll.
Same in New York.
Any bridge, any fucking expressway, any parkway, you pay to go, man.
The bridge, the toll on like the GW bridge has been paid for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And they're still collecting it.
Yeah, but the infrastructure, I mean, they gotta maintain it.
Yeah,
you're right.
But originally what it was, all these things were to pay for it, and then they never stopped the tolls.
We used to, at the Atlantic City Expressway, so we'd start around Philly. Everywhere where there's baskets, this is back where you throw 50 cents into the big basket. We'd jump out there, man, and you could pick up $2-3 in quarters every time.
Well, it's because everybody was always trying to do it over the top of the car. That's what we always did.
Back then, too, man, you always had real people, too. You had toll booth people,
right?
Like everywhere. So it had to be pretty costly to run shit.
Well, you still do out at DIA. They still have people taking cash.
Not at E470.
No. When you come out of DIA.
Oh, yeah, that's real people. Sure it is. From
it's interesting. They're all Ethiopians or Eritreans. All from.
Even the bus drivers for like Pikes Peak and the with different lots. I've noticed that too. I wonder if they have some kind of.
They're all from that part of Africa, from
So-
the Eastern Horn.
Same thing, ironically, in Breckenridge.
Yeah.
If you go into their Walmart, or not Breckenridge, right before Breckenridge. Frisco. The Frisco Walmart, if you go in there, I mean, 70% of the employees don't even speak English, but they're all from that same,
Eastern Horn of Africa.
wherever the hell it is, yeah.
It's Ethiopia, Eritrea.
I wonder how that whole plan worked.
I don't know.
Like, somehow the visas got easy or something.
Yeah.
All right, I got texted from people who
know. This guy's an official, kind of. He says, it's important to let oil bleed out of asphalt before you seal it. Do not seal brand new asphalt. The second one is, there are bonds that are sold to the public to fund E470. Those bonds are paid back through tolls. There is no extra money used by the government. So that one is...
yeah, and people profit on those bonds. They buy them and sell them.
Yeah, and those bonds pay a return. And I'm not sure if they're tax-free bonds because they're municipal. They might be. But in any case, the tolls pay for it. So it's a good system because it's working.
To that same guy, if he would maybe add a little more, because I've always heard E470 was some kind of quasi-private organization or business or something.
Well, what they mean is this, Mark. It's not a municipal organization in that there's no one government running it. When they say quasi-government private, it's a management company that has members who are all government entities. And that is what runs it. It's a group of governments in one agency. So that agency technically is private, but the members are all government.
So they must outsource everything. So in other words, like State Patrol's the one that patrols it. They must pay State Patrol.
I don't know that part of it. I don't know that
part. Snowplow, CDOT, they must pay CDOT?
I don't know. I don't know that part of it. I don't know if they have their own or not. But on junk mail, have you ever noticed the unsubscribed button? Sometimes you go and it says you have been unsubscribed. I like those. Or others say the reason. Yeah, you put down I don't want to get them anymore or I never signed up, whatever. And then you hit unsubscribe and they say, okay. Some have your email address pre-filled out and you hit unsubscribe all. This one person says, what about where you have to enter your email to unsubscribe? I don't know. I don't know if that's worrying too much about it or not.
I've always thought that if you unsubscribe, they just send you more. Some things.
I've never had that happen from that. Maybe, I don't know. Look, it seems to me they don't need you to enter your email. That's suspect to me.
They already have it.
Because they already have your email. So that part does bother me. Because why do they need you to enter it? Because technically, you could be unsubscribing from them, and then they go ahead and put you on a list for other people. I don't know.
They're verifying that you check your email.
So, yeah. And it says here, Tom, tell Mark that the joke about the shoes comes from street hustlers on Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Yeah, so the origin of that for the show is Dan, who used to be here with us doing video. He actually was in New Orleans. This guy walks up to him and followed him around for about a half hour after Dan refused to pay the money he lost on the shoe joke.
Okay, now, here's the other one. Tom, $119 a room is not a screaming deal. It's not $119 a room. It's ZeroResDenver.com. It's $119 for 3 room areas. 3, not 1. So, okay. Now, how do you prevent Xcel Energy from installing a transmission line across your properties in eastern Colorado? Well, first of all,
you don't.
If it's an easement, there's not much you can do about it. The easement's already there. That argument has already been made and passed. Okay? Now, if they're looking for new easements, you don't have to grant them.
Eminent domain, baby.
Only if they invoke eminent domain, but it's not automatic. Eminent domain is not automatic. Can they get it? Yeah, if they want to, but as far as you have to ask yourself 2 questions. First, is it already an easement? Then if it is, forget it. If it's not already an easement, then you can make them go through public domain if you want.
Or negotiate with them for an easement.
Okay. And then what about Phil Long and their theft deterrence system? Deputy Smarty Pants reached out to one of them there again. Mark, what is the latest we heard? Are they still denying they have that?
No, they're not denying it. It's not an alarm system. It's a theft deterrent system. So
it's a loud audio recording.
Yeah, but here's...
And the audio recording is motion activated, and it says, well, it's sometime in the night, it says, welcome for stopping by, come back during normal business
That's probably
hours.
like on a Sunday afternoon.
Now, if you go there late, it says, you are trespassing.
You know, a couple things about that. I've been giving that a lot of thought. I really hate the fact they lied about it, but throwing that part out, it's very odd we've only had one complain about it from that one guy. And he sent us videos, so there's no doubt it's happening, but no one else complained. Ultimately, he's got information of who he should go to in the city down there to figure out whether or not they're breaking a noise ordinance or not, because I have no idea if they are or not.
Okay. Now, 303-713-TALK. Rebecca says she was scammed by a car dealer. Rebecca, I'm going to come back to you. I just want to get started. How were you scammed?
I went and bought a car for $12,000, put $3,500 down. Come to find out, it needs $8,000 of repairs.
Okay, now we're going to figure out if it's fraud or not and what can be done. Hold on, we got more.
You know, they had. Hold on.
These biggest stores are
That channel 7 store I watched last night. I mean, they've got like 300 plus.
No, they have 30.
That's not what the follow-up they had yesterday. They said since the original aired. I mean, it's, I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Actually, if they have 300 complaints, then there's a problem.
I mean, with the auto dealer?
Well, I don't know.
There's a fucking problem.
I don't.
They sold 3,500 in that time period. But I mean, listen. I mean, you shouldn't have 300 complaints. I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have them. But are they?
Well, here's what they said. So they had I think 35 first. Then they had another like 40 calls. Then they said we had, you know, all these people reach out through Facebook, and then all these people reach out through email. So I mean, I don't know what's valid or not. I don't know what are comments and what are complaints.
Complaints about what?
Just a car dealership.
Oh.
New Orleans.
I said the noise.
Oh, the noise. No, it's nothing to do with the noise. Nothing to do with it.
It's a different car dealership?
Yeah, just car dealership.
More online activity can be more exposed.
The Sharp is right.
I guarantee you that
they were just complaining about it on 7.
We'll work to fix it.
Hold on. As is means.
Or monitor all transactions. But you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com today.
Let's talk about estate planning. Estate planning can be a simple matter of a will. It can be a little more complicated with a trust, but here's what a trust does. It dictates how you leave your stuff and what the heirs do with it and when they get it, and it protects your heirs through their whole life if it's a continuing trust. BlakeHarrisLaw.com can tell you more about this. You can also do an asset protection trust for protecting your assets from lawsuits and from, pesky creditors who may not even have accurate claims. Here's the other thing. You can also do a special needs trust if you have someone with special needs. All of these important things, you can ask your questions free. And then, if you hire Blake Harris, BlakeHarrisLaw.com, he charges flat rates for what he does for you. Ask your questions first. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Now let's talk about a place where you won't find supply chain shortages, and you'll find great deals still, even though prices have gone through the roof on RVs. Not at Century RV. They still are very aggressive with their prices. They have the best prices for everything they sell, and you need to look at CenturyRV.com. Exit 240 and I-25. It's right on Frontage Road on the east side of the road there. CenturyRV.com. 303-453-1111. And if you have trades, they're paying top dollar. 303-453-1111.
Looking for help with Medicare? Take advantage of...
So you want to take a bet on that, Mark?
What's that, sir?
That Rebecca does not know what as is means?
Yeah, and I'll double bet you that she didn't get it looked at before she bought it.
Of course.
Talk to a licensed sales agent Tuesday through Thursday.
No.
What amazes me is that people
Tell me when.
who listen to the show don't get that.
I gotta try to remember their phone number.
I mean, she obviously is a listener, so you should know if you could get it looked at. Unless somebody said to call, you know.
I don't remember when this
call
came.
Mark.
Hold on, guys.
All clinical and other resource center services provided at United Healthcare Walgreens locations are provided by employees or agents of United Healthcare Services Inc. or one of its subsidiaries or affiliates, and such individuals are not employees or agents of Walgreens Company or any of its subsidiaries
Or affiliates.
Man, I love this deal. Not only does it help people out there in need, but it also will help you out big time when it comes to your furnace. You donate a coat or jacket in good condition to 888heating.com. These guys are going to come out and do a 100% free tune-up on your furnace. You need to take advantage of it this month. It's November only, but you donate a coat or jacket, you'll get a free tune-up on the furnace. They're going to come out, they're going to check it out for you, they're going to clean the dirt out of it, they're going to spend a lot of time cleaning this thing, and they're going to get it in good running shape for you. 888heating.com is their website to take advantage of this right now, though. Call them at 888-HEATING.
Hey, everybody out there, this is Big Al. Missing out on life because of nagging or debilitating
one-stop comprehensive spine care at 303-367-2222.
200 megabyte CBD for hair growth. Is that what Jamie said yesterday?
Mark, did he say what the 300, where they came from, like at a year or since the?
No, it said here. I'm reading an article here. I think I see what they're doing.
What are they saying?
Well, I think they had 70 calls total, 35, and then another 30 or 35 since the original story. But here in the story, they're saying they've had 100 complaints since 2000, either 18 or 19 on the same dealership, and then they had a bunch of
how many total?
They're not. They don't say total.
A total of where'd you get 300, Mark? Did you just tell me that?
No. I got yesterday. I was adding them up in my head.
Okay, got it.
Hold on. I literally am in the story right here on Channel 7.
A hassle on top of a hassle.
Since when?
So they had. I think it came out last week, right?
Yeah, go
They
ahead.
had 30. Last night when I saw it and texted you, they had an additional 35 people call with problems. Then they said 100, which is the same as in this article, since 2018 on the same dealership.
Since 2018.
Since 2000,
Okay.
I'm trying to find what it says 18, because it might have been 19. Here it is. Previously reported on more than 100 similar complaints against the same dealership starting in late 2018 and through 19. Then on the story last night, they said they've also received numerous emails and comments on, I don't know if it was their Facebook or what. So that's where I got the 300. I don't want to mislead you that they ever said 300.
Get your home ready for the holidays. Save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Reed loyalty program.
But if you think about that, that's since 2018, according to this, right on their own website.
Your neighborhood paint store since $18.99.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Rebecca. All right, where did you buy the car, Rebecca?
Econo Auto Sales off of Colfax in Tennyson.
Okay, now, Econo Auto Sales. I'm not going to say they ripped you off. I don't know if they did. Here's the problem. So many people buy a car as is, and they call it a rip-off if the car has a problem. And unfortunately, cars have problems. So I need to know, do you think, well, tell me what the problem with your car is. Let's try to figure out if they did defraud you. And you know, whether they did or not, we might be able to help you anyway. What year is that car, Rebecca?
2007.
Okay, a used 2007. What kind?
Honda Pilot.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to get right to you, and we'll talk about this.
Here, by the way.
Just hang on, please, and we'll examine this car deal. I'm Tom Martino.
I love Pioneer. They sell you a car. If you don't make a payment at all, they repo it the next day. If you can't afford the $500 repo fee on top of your payment, they keep and then resell the car to someone else. I had an employee at my Peoria store. He'd get his fucking car repoed. He'd be 1 day late on a payment. They'd come repo that thing. He got it repoed 4 times in 1 year. And they always charge him like $500 for the repo fee. Guess who owned the repo company? The buy here, pay here. It was an entire fucking business model. You sell people a car they can't afford the payments, knowing well they're going to default. Then you charge them $500 just to get back to the same thing. You end up paying like $50,000 for a fucking cheap ass car over 7 years.
Visit one of our 6 convenient locations today or visit us at Fitness Gallery.
Well, according to Yelp, they have 31 reviews, 1.5 stars.
How much?
Econo sales.
Yeah, I looked at Yelp. I looked at Google. It was 4 stars.
Well, Yelp has 1.5.
Yeah. How many reviews?
31.
This is almost 1,000.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember this one, do you?
The guy was running. He was running.
Who was he though? Like
he lived in the hood, and he lived apparently in the area. He was running in the area.
What was he running for?
Running. Help. Jogging.
Oh, jogging.
Yeah, he was jogging.
He's not running from police.
No, he's jogging.
He's out jogging.
And he stops at the construction site. Okay, and he's just looking at it kind of. Okay. I guess he leaves there, and a few minutes later, 3 guys come up on him.
He didn't break into the house or anything?
It's a construction site. He didn't break into nothing. He's there looking.
So what happened? 3 guys come up on him.
Kill him.
They killed him. Why did they kill him? Why did they say they killed him?
They thought he was stealing, robbing,
But he wasn't.
He was being black.
Well, of course. There you go.
He was being black.
God, that's funny. I guess how long ago was that?
A couple of years, I think.
Why did it take so long for trial?
So that people will forget about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the way of the world.
I get it.
You know, that's kind of fucked up. Although you see things through your own eyes. You thought this guy up here killed black guys too, remember? You were shocked when they were white guys.
No, I wasn't shocked. I said what I said is I don't know who he shot. I don't know who he shot.
I guess I get a little shocked. Why is even Black Lives Matter? Well, we don't know if they're really there. People hang signs up.
Also, first thing you have to do is consider what the heck was going on there. Okay, look at that first. Okay, and once you understand what's that, then you wonder. Then now you know who's there, why they're there. Okay, and then you try to figure out what else happened next. I bought me a gun legally. I got on a bus legally. I went to a town legally to a riot where everybody else was there. Why shouldn't I go? And my uncle has a store.
That's right.
All I got to say, if you stick your nose in a beehive, you must want to get stuff.
Sneakers, slip-ons, shoes for working out, for going out, and so much more. Plus, many
the hell was getting to kill all the bees afterwards. You wanted to get stuff.
He was definitely bored. I don't think he had a good paying job.
I don't think he had anything to do.
Boy, the reviews here are really, really bad.
For who?
On Yelp. For Econo car sales.
I'm going to go to Econo car sales. I'm going to take all the reviews.
1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star.
Yeah, but once again, man, Google's got 4 stars and almost 1,000 reviews. Hey, listen, if it's a buy here, pay here, doc, I doubt they're that good, man, but
I know, I'm just reading the reviews.
I go back and forth because without places like that, there are some people that simply can't get a car, simply can't drive to work, so you almost have to have them. And being in their position, that's a very high risk deal. You're going to get burned more than you don't. So that's why you set up high interest and all this other shit to pay for all the defaults.
Yeah, except that you got low jacks on all your cars, so you know where they're at all the time.
That's right. And then you go in there one day late, they sign, you can come get them. I think that was crazy that stat I was reading about Virginia, man. Virginia's got more fully vaccinated people than any other state. And Vermont, and they're 12th right now in cases last week.
Sponsored by Spa Palace. Freeway driving pretty
Which is amazing because they're a small state.
I-25 north and southbound showing highways.
Yeah, it's probably per capita though, I would assume. Although I don't know, it might not be.
That's what I'm saying. Is if it's the number of cases, that's really scary.
I'm going to look because that's a real difference.
Because if they're a small state with that many cases.
And off highway, Wadsworth drivers up near the I-70 ran full points in congestion.
I bet I can find that article.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather looks like this will be the coldest day of the week. High of 40 today and a low of 27 tonight with a slight chance of snow. The current temperature is 37 degrees with your impact traffic and weather.
Here it is. I found it. ABC News.
Spa Palace for 37 years has been the trusted.
Vermont has the highest vaccination, so why are cases surging?
Mark, did he include any comments or written statements from Kevin at all in that report? At all?
The one I watched yesterday?
Anything at all?
They put, at the end, they said the owner threatened to sue us if we ran the story, something like that, a lawsuit, but as you can see, we're running the story and we'll continue to. Something to those words. A real in-your-face, though. They threw a real in-your-face at the end. Like, threaten us? Okay. And then they went out of their way to ask for more people. To send any problems, you know. Okay. Well, here's what it says. At the same time, it has the 12th highest rate of new COVID cases.
Okay, so it's not. So it is per capita.
It must. Well, it must be. Here it is. The 7-day average for COVID cases rose 42%. Now, funny enough, this goes back to something Tom says. Vermont does more testing than nearly any other state. So that's it. A lot of these are asymptomatic, and other states aren't testing for it.
Right.
Well, that's so really all they're saying is the whole story's kind of bullshit because their stats are different than other states.
Part of the misdirection course. We need to have something to say to make talk about
Well,
it.
that's why statistics are so fungible. You can make them say anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have somebody that sold one car, and next year they sold 3,000% increase in sales.
Yeah.
Makes it sound like it's the best company in the world.
That's a good course called Statistics for Social Science.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. I want to tell you about Premier Window Cleaning and Pressure Washing. These guys are great. They do commercial and residential. They also do holiday light installations. They have the best prices around. So whether you want holiday light installations or you want cleaning services, pressure washing, that's window cleaning services. Premier windowcleaningdenver.org. They're wonderful guys, young guys that started out of high school, and they have a premier window cleaning services and pressure washing company. 303-564-5574. You will love these young men, their prices, their value, and what they do. 303-564-5574. Premier Window Cleaning. It's premierwindowcleaningdenver.org. Premierwindowcleaningdenver.org. And that's 303-564-5574. We've all used them. We love them. Okay, now, we have a problem with a used car. And, Rebecca, here's something I want to say very clearly. it is not unusual to have people selling used cars and problems with cars. The thing is, did the dealer lie or cheat or do something, or is it just a bad car? Now, the reason I mention this, Channel 7 has done a series of reports on the sharpest rides. Now, I don't, I just recently talked to Kevin Sharp over there about this because I was curious why we never hear ever any complaints, ever. Because if we get a call here, Suze, about a used car dealer, we'll put it on no matter what. We will not put it on the air. Suze, you are hearing me, right? You are hearing me? So we never screen calls out. If we get a complaint, we get a complaint.
Right.
Now,
we've had probably on the sharpest ride in the last
3 years.
I don't know about 3. My memory's not that great, but in the last 2 years, maybe 4.
If that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that, but we could have. Now, here's the deal. I am not sticking up for sharpest rides right now, nor am I sticking up for any used car dealer, Rebecca. But what I'm saying is this. From what I can tell, having people bitch about used cars that go bad is not unusual. If you sell thousands of cars, you're going to generate hundreds of complaints. What I look for, and this reporter called me about the story saying, I heard that you keep track of complaints. And I said, well, I do in a way. I have every call I've ever taken, what it's about, and I do searches. And Rebecca, I'm going somewhere with this for you. And I told him, I said, look, what you need to ask yourself is, first, are the complaints more than anyone else who sells that many cars? And did the dealer contribute to the problem, or is it simply a used car that went bad? Mark, how many used car complaints do we get where they go bad? There's nothing we can do about it.
Literally every single day.
Because they're as is. Now, a dealer, I think, should have a way to check out a car and at least make an honest representation. And if they lie about it, that is where I would go ape crap on them if they lied about it, or simply I don't know, took advantage. So I need to know, you said this place you went to was called what?
Econo Auto Sales.
Okay, and I don't know them. I don't know them any better than I know Kevin Sharp at Sharpest Rides. I have talked to Kevin, by the way, and I have never talked to Econo. I've talked to CarMax. Have we talked to every used car dealer practically in town? So here's what I'm asking, Rebecca, and I'm not asking this as a challenge to you because I do want to help you, but did the dealer contribute to this problem, or did you simply buy a used car that went bad? What year is this car? A 2007. How many miles on it, dear? How many miles?
158,000.
Okay. Now, did you have the car checked out?
I did not.
Okay. Now, what leads you to believe you were scammed? Let's hear it.
I bought the car for $12,000 only a month ago. I had to buy a new battery as soon as I bought the car. He reimbursed me for that. 2 days
but hold
after
on now. Let's just go
in.
right there on the new battery. Just for people listening, this is not for you, Rebecca. He didn't owe you the battery, but he bought you one. He didn't owe it to you. You bought a used car with 158,000 miles on it, a 2007. And I can see, listen, I swear to God, I can see Channel 7 doing a story. And the battery went out a week later. But did the dealer purposely put a bad battery in there, or was it simply a used car? They didn't owe you a battery. Again, this is not an indication I don't want to help you. It's just a fact of life. So the battery went bad and they reimbursed you. What else?
Well, he had me buy a new battery, first of all. But then...
Oh, hold on. Whoa. He had you buy a new battery. Did he pay for the battery?
He reimbursed me for the battery.
Okay, well, then that's good. Then he paid for the battery.
But when the check engine light came on, I took it to a Honda dealership to get it diagnosed, and that's when they told me the steering rack is broken,
Ooh.
The main rear seal is leaking, the spark plugs need to be replaced.
Do you think you would have found this out? Again, I want this for other people listening. Do you think, Rebecca, if you took that to a qualified mechanic, they would have found these problems?
Yes.
Okay. Then do you bear any responsibility whatsoever?
Yes.
Okay. What Now, do you think, though, this is a really important question, the dealer did misrepresent the car? Did that dealer say, this is a great car, there's no problems, you're not going to, I mean, anything like that, or hid the problems, do you think?
He said it was loaded, and he had explained to me he had his mechanics check it, but I don't think he checked it.
Well, hold on. He did that means something. What did he say? Did he say, Rebecca, we checked the car out and it's fine, or what? Did he any indication like that?
He said, I have all my mechanics check the car. Check the cars before I sell them.
Was anyone with you when he said that?
My mom and her boyfriend.
Okay, they heard that?
Yep.
What does he say about these problems? Which, by the way, are not uncommon for a car with 158,000 miles. But what does he say about them?
He says that the main rear seal was not leaking when he had on the lot.
Okay, what does he say about the other problems?
That they need to be replaced, and he sold it as is.
I hope people listening will get cars checked out, for God's sakes. I hope they will. I really, honest to God, hope they
And if the
will.
dealer says, hey, we don't want anybody on our lot checking it out, we don't want you to bring
use
it
them
anywhere.
I would like, there's got to be something that can be done, because we get too many of these complaints. And I'm sure if you call Channel 7, that guy, Jason, whatever the hell his name is, will do the story, because, oh my God, she bought a used car with 158,000 miles. She didn't get it checked. She bought it as is. But by God, it went bad. Econo sales must be bad. I don't even know them from Adam. And you know what? I bet you they did know about it and didn't tell you. I'll bet you they did. I'll bet you they did. Just my gut. But how do we prove that? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I researched the car, and I talked to the previous owners, and they had sold it to CarMax for only $1,600 because it had known issues.
Oh, my God. They sold it to CarMax, and then CarMax sold it to who?
To him, I'm presuming, but I'm sure they explained to him the issues that was on the
don't be
vehicle.
so sure. Don't be so sure, Rebecca. Listen,
CarMax, first
here's
of all,
I want to
auctioned it.
I want to make
guys picked it up at the auction.
I want to make something loud and clear, and then we're going to take this and call and try to help you. You should have had the car checked. Everyone listening, you should have a car checked. I don't care where you buy it from. If you bought it from Jesus Christ, you don't need to get it checked, okay? Other than that, I'd get it checked, okay? That's what I would do. I would get it checked from anyone other than the Son of God. That's what I would do. Then I'd get the car checked. And when I get it checked, I would have it checked, and if they don't let me get it checked, I wouldn't buy it. And then if I sign off as is, I know it's as is. Or the worse is if there's a warranty they don't live up to. I would rather get the car checked and buy it as is, actually, than buying a warranty, or maybe a little bit of both. But here's the bottom line right now. We can call over there and say, hey, this sucks. Can you help her out? It's $12,000, and see what they say. We can at least try. Okay, it's a long shot. It's a long shot, and I think you know that. So what we really have to do is tackle the industry, because right now cars are getting older. Used cars are in tough supply. There's no one. They're hard to get. People are paying more money for them, so they're reselling them for more money. And then people like you, Rebecca, end up with all the money that you had to spend. You can't afford to get this fixed. And I feel for you. Trust me, I do. I don't want people thinking that insisting that people take personal responsibility is a lack of empathy. It is not. It is a fact of life. Deputy, Doc, how do you feel about calling over there? I mean, really, I don't want you to do it if you don't have the heart to do it. I mean, I want to try to help her out.
Some of these buy here, pay here guys, they actually have come through for us. They'll get them into something else. I think it's worth the call.
Can't hurt to call. All they can do is say no.
And Rebecca, do me a favor. Yeah. After we call them, if they call you and want to get you into another car, don't do anything without talking to us, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on, dear. Hold on. We'll see what we can do for you.
See, Mark, that's the essence of those fucking people.
Put this on real quick. I'm going to let you hear exactly what they say in the story. I just had it queued up.
Well, I got to do these spots though. Really, how long is the story?
This is instant. It's right here, ready? Put them on.
BlakeHarrisLaw.com for your estate planning needs. Blake Harris Law. What you do is you call him, whether you need a simple will, a trust, maybe a postnup or a prenup. He does those too as well. That's part of estate planning. In fact, if you have any doubts about what estate planning is, simply give him a call. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. And Blake will answer your questions free of charge. He only charges flat rates for exactly what he does for you. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK Blake. John Fuller. Here's another one for free advice. John Fuller for free advice on personal injury. Before you think, he just wants to get me as a client. Well, of course he does. But he will answer your questions free of charge with no obligation. And if you don't need an attorney, he'll be the first to tell you. In fact, he'll answer all of your questions. If you do decide to hire him, there is no charge out of pocket ever. There's only a contingency. John Fuller, I've known him for many, many years. He serves our listeners well. 303-597-4500 to ask your questions. 303-597-4500. And we're talking about referralist.com. You can search John Fuller and find him. You'll also find waterpros.net for the best water systems at the lowest prices anywhere. And I put my name on that along with Paul the Waterman. Why? Because he's done work for me, he's done work for friends, he's done work for neighbors. Nary a complaint. Not one. Because the guy is honest as the day's long and his systems are perfection. Under $2,000. Fully installed for the whole house. Or just a drinking fountain under $1,000. 303-862-5554. 303-862-5554. waterpros.net. Hey, by the way, speaking of pros, how about Claims Pros? You know, I have a company called Claims Pro. You know what they do? They do public adjusting. Claims Pro. So if you have an insurance claim of any kind, just consult them. They might be able to get you a lot more money. You know, we believe in public adjusters who work for the public, not for insurance companies, and they only take a portion of what the extra money they get for you. Claims Pro, here's the website, publicadjuster.pro. Publicadjuster.pro. Talk to Peter in the Denver office, 833-252-4600, 833-252-4600.
If you've been suffering with sleep apnea, then you've probably been offered a CPAP machine and maybe not much else. And hey, if that's all you can get and it helps, then I guess that's fine. But Dr. David Opperman at the Colorado Voice Clinic works with newer technologies that are revolutionizing sleep apnea and other sleep disorder treatment.
Dr. Opperman is on the clinical advisory board of a company developing one of these new technologies because of his expertise. If you need help with sleep apnea or other sleep issues, make an appointment today at ColoradoVoiceClinic.com.
It's me, Carl. Join my friend Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right now on KL every single morning at 7. It's a live commentary gives Colorado's like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
The world of Medicare Advantage and supplement plans is complex and daunting, so I suggest true expert guidance to help you find the right answer. If you're currently or soon to be eligible for Medicare, please talk to the good people at Integrity Health Advisors. They'll meet with you here in their Denver area offices, learn your situation, and help you choose just the right Medicare-related plan for your needs and budget. Integrity Health Advisors charges you precisely $0, and there is no catch, so get started today at IntegrityHealthAdvisors.com. Medicare may be confusing, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh, man. I always thought they should have a omelet bar here for us.
That would be way cool. That would be way cool. Boy, this crypto was really doing a thing the last week or so.
Good thing or bad thing?
Oh, it had everybody. It had everybody thinking that it was about to do the moon again, but then it crashed. It didn't crash, but it sure did snap back down into reality. Bitcoin is back down at 60.
See, I'm wondering if it goes again down to below 50, if I should grab it just next ride up, just fucking unload it.
If it goes below 50, you probably should grab some. Okay.
When's the last time it was 30? It wasn't that fucking long ago, was it?
It was a couple of years before it was 30.
Oh, okay.
No, it hasn't been below 50 in a while.
It hasn't been below 50 in a while. It keeps peaking 60 and then falling back to just in front of it, just back to the 50.
God, it's so volatile.
Well, it's because it's fast.
I'm Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you to solve problems and answer questions and take complaints and make your life a little easier. So what we're trying to do is help Rebecca, who bought a car as is, and she's having problems with it. And it brings up a topic that I think I'm going to address on Car Day, on when used car deals are fraud, or lying and cheating, and when used car deals are unfortunate. You know, there is no magic answer, and I wish there was. I wish there was, but there's got to be a way to protect consumers, but at the same time, they need responsibility. You can't keep buying a car as is for bottom dollar and then complain about it when you didn't get the car checked out. Yes, I know. Some dealers may have a way of sweet-talking you, thinking, hey, we checked it out, it's all right, it's wonderful. I would have every single promise put down on the contract. But even then, you need to get the car checked out. So, Suze, I want to do this on Car Day in a big way.
You know, one of the best laws out there, New Mexico has, man. If you buy a used car in New Mexico, that thing has to go 15 days. I forget how many miles, but if there's any issue, they have to repair that stuff.
Well, I understand that, Mark, but at the same time, that might lessen, again, responsibility and put us into a nanny state position. I don't want people even depending on that, because there are cars that'll go a month, but they're bad. I think what we need is personal responsibility and education. I want to educate consumers on how to buy used cars. I want people to independently get a car checked out and then decide whether to buy it or not. That's what I want. 303-713-8255. Okay. Now, the Denver Post had an article, Tom. This is a text. By the way, you can text us. Text Tom and your message to 57739. The Denver Post had an article, I call it Denver Fence Post in a manure field, stated most of the money was coming anyway. What does that mean? Infrastructure money. Most of the money is coming anyway. What does that mean? I mean, I don't even know what that text means, by the way. Tom, my dad used to snowplow for E470, and they had their own. Anyway, for the guy complaining about tolls, he doesn't make sense. He's complaining about traffic, but doesn't want to be part of the solution by using a toll road. That's the whole idea, is to relieve congestion. By the way, Tom, you should never unsubscribe to emails. As soon as you hit the link to unsubscribe, you've just confirmed that you have an email address. You know what? I have found that this is Charlie, and I trust Charlie at Colorado Computers, by the way. Charlie's the guy that repairs our computers. Charlie, I didn't know that, and here's the deal, bro. I have been unsubscribed when I do it, though. I have. Obviously, I think they're legit, the ones I've unsubscribed from. Okay, let's talk. What's going on, Mike? Mike, what's happening?
The first Wednesday and the third Wednesday of every month.
Mike?
I have to sign on Friday every Friday.
All right.
Yes.
Mike?
But that's the first one.
Mike, are you there, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir.
How can I help you?
You know, I heard about the lady buying cars, as is and stuff. You know, there was just this company that, this mechanic, I took it to his shop, and he rebuilt my motor, charged me $7,000, and didn't put no oil in. When I drove off, I didn't drive 100 miles and blew the motor, and he won't fix it. He got oil all over the outside of my car.
No, wait a minute. You put a new... Are you saying you had him put the engine in?
Yeah.
He put an engine in for you, and it blew when? Did you get a... you took your car in to have an engine done. And where did you take it to have the engine done?
Trinity Auto on 64th and Zenobia.
Trinity Auto. And how much did he charge for that engine?
Like $7,200.
And $7,200. That must have... Was that a brand new engine?
No, he rebuilt it. And what made me suspicious is one day I walked in there and he was looking up on the internet how to rebuild it.
Okay. How did you find the guy, bro? How'd you find him?
He worked at another shop that used to do work on my car, and he opened up his own shop, and I thought he was reliable and good. So I was trying to help him out and give him some work, and he's terrible.
Okay.
At the other shop,
did you get any warranty on this? Did you get any warranty on this engine?
Yeah, he wrote up a warranty for, I don't know how many miles, but at least a year. No, 3 months. It didn't last 3 months.
Okay.
He won't fix it.
You have a 3-month warranty. What does he say? Does he say you blew it? What reason does he give for not honoring the warranty?
I pulled up. He told me to get off his property.
Okay, hold on, Mike. We got to get the rest of the story here. Really, I mean, it's not making sense to me that the guy gave you a 3-month warranty. You took it back. He says, "Get out of here." Basically, that's it. Yeah. That's what you're saying.
That's basically what he said. I said, when I pulled up, it was banging, and he goes, "Well, what?
All right,
it's too late.
Suze,
You got to rebuild it."
Well, it's probably true.
Well, yeah, but he paid $7,500 to have it rebuilt.
No, I know that.
And he's got a warranty on it.
Once it's banging, it probably is too late, though, to
but
rebuild it.
Is he accusing you of making it worse? Can we call him, Suze, and try to get this engine guy on the... Let's just see if we can get him on the air real quick. I mean, you don't have to solve the problem or anything. Just see if he'll come on. And then that's what I'd like to do. If he'll come on, let's talk to him right now. If he won't, then we'll assign it to somebody. And Mark, you have a comment on COVID. What's going on? Mark? Okay. I don't think anyone is on that phone. 303-713-8255. Deputy Doc, I know you called on that used car for Rebecca. We'll come back and talk about it coming. Did you actually talk to someone or not?
I did talk to someone.
All right, good. We'll talk about it coming back.
1.5 hour to go, gentlemen.
Till tomorrow. It's only Wednesday.
I know.
I got to go to my first physical therapy appointment.
Okay.
For my back. Apparently, there's some.
Is everything working though?
Oh yeah. Just it's there's some looseness in my muscles in my leg because of the nerve. So I have to rebuild up the muscle in my calf. So we'll see what they say. I'm not a big physical therapy fan.
You know what though? It really fucking works.
Well, we'll see.
Where are you going for that? Who's recommending that? Your people recommended it?
Yeah.
The surgeon?
Doc, I'm shocked you say that, man. I don't think the NFL would exist without physical therapists.
Do you mean you don't feel it's effective or you don't feel it's for you?
I don't think it works all the time. I feel when I went for something.
No, sometimes it's just a way to extract more money from a case. I get you, bro, but I'll tell you, after going to Colorado Pain Care, my God, are they good? Really getting to the root of it.
Well, this is
Hold on. You know, I was just talking to Deputy Doc about
physical therapy. Do you know you can go straight to physical therapy at Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine? In other words, you don't need a referral to a doctor. You can go to physical therapy there, and then they can evaluate you. And if you need a doctor and more invasive or maybe even medical treatment, they can refer you to the docs right there. If you call Colorado Pain Care, they'll explain all this to you. You can get same-day appointments, 303-GOT-PAIN. They work with all kinds of pain. They will take all kinds of insurance. 303-GOT-PAIN. ColoradoPainCare.com. Genesis Total Exteriors. You've heard me talk about them doing solar now, so it's GenesisSolarCO.com. They're concentrating on solar because it's the great bastion for tax credits and for saving and freezing your electric bill for the next 25 years. GenesisSolarCO.com. You can get an evaluation of your home to see if you're a good candidate. It's an off-premises 20-minute evaluation. Just for calling, you get a free Yeti cup. 303-474-4317. 303-474-4317. Solar is a viable alternative. We still have tax credits. GenesisSolarCO.com. All right, floor coverings are floor coverings are floor coverings. You got good, better, best. It's not the floor covering. It's where you buy it, the price you pay, and the people who install it. You pick the floor covering you want. That'll work for you. If it's a fix and flip, it's one kind. If it's your forever home, it's another. Buddy Mitchell and Karen Mitchell at Simply Floors can guide you through the purchase. They can also then have the best installers, the best prices for you. Make your own appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com.
All you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you; it finds them for you. It's powerful.
You know, I see all these people younger than me retired, and I'm wondering, am I fucking doing something wrong?
No. If you retire, if you didn't show up tomorrow, Tom,
what would I do?
What would you?
I don't know. I'd be fucking bored.
What do you think I'm here? No, I don't mean.
I know what you mean.
But between this and AARP,
yeah,
I'm doing something. Keeps my mind active. I'm contributing something. Otherwise, arguably. But otherwise, you just sit home, won't do it. You know, in the summertime, it's one thing. I go out and play golf, go hiking. But otherwise, you sit home and do nothing. Just some poker play.
Yeah, but I might do something else. I'm not gonna. And then I'd come in. I think I'm really thinking long and hard about it. I would still come in now and then. I do commercials, but I think I would do something else. I got some good irons in the fire that I want to pursue, and I can't do it and do this full time. But I'm going to be having that conversation with myself and with Mark. I have to. I mean, look, I'm fucking 68. Okay, I'm going to be 69 this year. I don't want to. I want to do some other stuff, but I also want to keep a hand in this. I love what I do. But we can still keep Troubleshooter Network and everything going. That's one of the benefits. You know what I'm saying? After building this, you don't have to just let it go. But, yeah.
I talked to Terry about that thing that you guys are doing together. Sounds really interesting. I mean, without giving away any.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He knows.
Any contrary stuff. But we just talked about it a little bit.
Oh my God, it's such a miracle.
Yeah.
The problem is, as Mark said, a lot of people don't want to know, and that's just foolhardy. But
he said, if our buddy Stewart had that,
he'd be alive, or not
Maybe.
alive. He'd be healthier.
Maybe.
Here's the no, but you can prevent it. There are fucking. That's the whole message. You can prevent it.
Right.
I mean, you'd have to be so fucked up not to be able to prevent it. We had people on death's door. Testimonials. I mean, oh my God, they were like 90% blocked. I don't understand.
Well, again,
I don't understand how.
He was a type 1 diabetic since the age of 9.
Yeah, that has something to do.
That has something to do with it. For him to get through medical school residency and his practice and maintain relatively good health.
He was nuts.
He was
crazy.
He was so conscientious
energetic
about it that he really took good care of himself. I mean, but going to residency without that is hard enough. Imagine going to residency with that and through medical school. You got to give them credit for that.
I'm seeing how much, I wonder what my copay is on that at Kaiser.
I thought you don't have copays in Kaiser.
Yeah, you do.
See, that's the only thing. If you go to Colorado Pain Care without a referral, they may not cover it.
No, of course not.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Is that imaging?
You're saying go to Colorado. No, the previous, you said go to Colorado Pain Care, you don't need a doctor, blah, blah, blah. They may not cover it if you don't get a referral. I don't know whether they will or not.
With Kaiser, they wouldn't, absolutely not.
Right.
I don't know that. I do know that it's easy to get a referral.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't disagree at all with that.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Oh my goodness, these guys are great. If you're looking for garage doors or openers, you won't find anyone better. I love the new Sidewinder. That's where the motor is on the side, so there's no pulleys or bars or chains or straps. It's all right on the side. Direct drive to the door with a spring, and they're beautiful. And I have that. They have all kinds of doors. They'll come out and assess your situation and inspect everything and adjust it for just $80. They do new doors, new openers, or you can get the prices at the website, oneclearchoicedoors.com. oneclearchoicedoors.com. I hope that you understand that when I do commercials, it's part of the show. One Clear Choice Doors, 720-370-3987. We stand behind everybody we advertise. Now, Mark does have a comment about COVID. Go ahead, Mark. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Long-time listener.
Thank you very much. What's happening?
I just have a very quick comment. So yesterday's show, you guys were talking about how China is shutting its borders and, they're basically becoming reclusive, even though we know COVID started there. And my question is, why is it that when another country does that, it's okay, but if the U.S. does that, it's considered really bad and everybody starts throwing a fit?
Yeah, I know. You mean when you close the borders?
Yeah, I mean, if
because we've made we've made our entire history on open borders and welcoming everyone, and China didn't. So they expect it from China, and they don't expect it from the U.S. I mean, I think it's that simple. Whenever you go against the grain of what we've done in the past, it rubs people the wrong way. The same way as mask mandates, vaccine mandates, shutting down, vaccine passports, all of that. It rubs us the wrong way. We are used to unfettered freedom, and we're used to taking risk for freedom, and we actually believed what I think it was Ben Franklin, give me liberty or give me, no, wait, who said, no, excuse me.
Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry, not that one, but the one who said,
give me liberty or give me,
no, the other one, for if you exchange peace and security for liberty, you don't deserve any of them. Was that Ben Franklin or something like that?
It might have been Winston Churchill.
Oh, really? I don't know who said
but
that.
Anyway, think about it. How many people are rushing to immigrate into China? 7, compared to how many people are trying to immigrate into the United States. So shutting down the borders in China doesn't affect anybody, really. They don't have an immigration
What really scares me is how easily people are willing to give up their freedom. It just scares the hell out of me. It scares me. Because using health as an excuse can be extended way beyond anything anyone has ever imagined, and it's going to happen. We are going to hear about more restrictions because of health in the future, and it's not going to be COVID. It's going to be something else the government chooses because it is newfound power. And this is a consumer statement of consumer advocacy and freedom, not politically. I think, by the way, let's remember, Republicans were in office when the shutdowns happened. I mean, it wasn't, but Biden didn't do the shutdowns. Trump went along with that in the beginning. We all did. We were listening to Fauci. I mean, there's not one party over another right now that is worse or better. I mean, in some of the Republican states, you have a little more freedom, I think, but I don't think it comes down to party. I think it comes down to fear. And they both do a pretty good job at brokering fear. Anyway, what do you think we should do, Mark? Do you think we should shut our borders?
Well, I'm not saying we should shut them right now. I'm just saying that anytime we talked about it, people would go crazy, say that we're being racist. And,
no, that's only when Trump talked about it. When he stopped travel from China, he was a racist. That's exactly right. If Biden does anything, he is never called a racist, ever. Ever.
No, and Biden would never. I don't think he would do that. My only point is just a double.
Trump is called a racist because they think it sticks. Biden's never called a racist. That's
Tom, I would argue with you on that.
Come on.
It depends on what neighborhood you're in.
Who called Biden a racist ever that you know of right now? Who?
I called him one the other day.
I have. For what?
Mark called him
for
one.
What?
Huh?
For what?
For stuff that comes out of his mouth.
Well, give me an idea of what he said that you considered racist.
He said, "You're not.
I'm not
black
challenging.
If you don't vote for me." That's about as racist as he gets. You're not a black man if you don't vote for me.
Okay, Mark. I asked Talib though. Is that one of the statements that bothered you?
That is definitely one of the statements that is ridiculous.
But do you think the black community in general is calling him a racist?
I think many people in the black community do not like, do not respect, do not expect much from Biden.
Okay, thank you. I can't deny it. I mean, you're telling me this, but I didn't know that. Mike, what about? Oh, I'm sorry. Did we call on that? Did we call to see if the engine guy will come on, Suze?
He wasn't there, so I had to put a message into him to call us back.
Should we give it to someone else, or just
Absolutely.
What I'm thinking is, if we can get an initial comment, it would help. But if it's going to go past a day, maybe we give it to someone to follow up.
You know, one more thing, real quick. You know what Biden said the other day about Satchel Paige in his speech?
Ridiculous.
The Great Negro. That's how he called him. Who says that, Tom? Have you said that in your life? The Great Negro?
No.
And he meant it, I don't know how he meant it, honestly.
No. Anyway. So, I think the guy didn't mean anything by it, though. I think he's just old.
Which is part of the problem,
That's the whole thing, though.
That's part of the problem with that dude. He's been there for 597 years.
Yeah, you're right.
And all 597 years, he's been pretty much the same person. It's just this left party, right party garbage that makes it like it is.
Now, Deputy Doc, we had a woman call about her car. Now, what she said was, I was cheated. Rebecca bought a used car, 2007, from Econo Auto Sales or something, 158,000 miles, $12,000. She said everything's going wrong with it, basically. She needs help. The guy says you bought it as is.
Well, I couldn't leave a message for Saeed, who's the owner, because his
I thought you said you talked to someone.
So I spoke to David, who's the sales manager.
Good.
And he's going to have Saeed call me and see if we can get this straightened out when he comes back. He said he'll be back on Saturday. So my question is, should we tell Rebecca to not use the car until Saturday?
Well,
and not give an excuse that she's adding to the problem.
Well, I don't think anything was mentioned that it can't be driven. I'm not sure of that, Doc. I don't think was that Mark. I don't believe that was mentioned that the car can't be driven.
I don't recall hearing that.
No, I just heard.
Well, not that it can't be, whether it should be, whether they're going to say she's contributed to the problem by driving it.
You know what? That might be a good point, but call her back and see if she needs it every single day or what she's, where she's at with that, and then we'll talk to the owner. 303.
I might go down there with her Saturday if that'll work.
If it works, it would be wonderful. Listen, again, this is a used car as is. She didn't have checked out. That doesn't give a license to a dealer, I think, to misrepresent a car. Okay, 303-713-8255.
Imagine on Martin Luther King Day if he got up there and started off, the great Negro Martin Luther King. I mean, who the fuck says shit like that?
Well, I think he got confused. Let me just finish.
He is.
Yeah.
Doc,
but
there's no doubt he's confused.
Because he was a player in the Negro Baseball League. Okay. So I think he wanted to say he was one of the best players in the Negro Baseball League.
Well, God help if Trump fucking said that.
I know.
Doc, if you think that, okay, I'm gonna say he was. Let me go, Doc. I'm going to say that I don't think he was doing anything intentionally.
Right.
I think it is just his general age, privilege, and ignorance that has him doing and saying what he does and says.
Absolutely. But if I said to you, I thought Paving was one of the best players that ever came out of the Negro Baseball League, would that be racist?
That would not be even offensive.
Okay.
That's not what he said, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, if I said that, I would be using that term.
Sheridan Auto Tech has
Everything you want in an auto repair shop, everything you want. And I know because I've sent so many people there and I get nothing but rave reviews. They have honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience, value. And I should probably put one more in there, longevity. They've been around a long time. Uncle Kevin, I call him Uncle Kevin because he treats all of his customers like family. And really, it's a great experience. He has an electrical division as well, which is really cool because electrical problems can be a problem. 2 locations on Colfax and Lakewood, on Havana and Aurora. Call for details, 303-455-7242. You won't do better than Kevin. And, by the way, you can also check him out online, SheridanAutotech.com. All right, FixMyHome.com. That's pretty straightforward. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Now, I know George, the owner of Fix It 24/7, and he has a great proposition. I love this $39 special because you get something for it. You get a complete practical refurbishment of your furnace. When I say practical refurbishment, they do it to the extent they can. They take it apart to the extent they can. Of course, if something is deadly wrong, they'll tell you about it. But here's the great news. For $39 in most cases, you get a beautiful, clean, refurbished furnace. $39 for people who haven't had it done. They just want you to experience it. If something is wrong, you know what's great about this? You have time to think about it because it's not frigid. You're not freezing right now. That's fixmyhome.com. Fix it 24/7. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Are you curious when you should take Social Security?
Sorry, let's come back.
Doc, the one that I couldn't stand was that comment on voting. Can you imagine telling an entire race, I'm so much smarter than you that if you don't vote for me, you're really not.
Hold on. I missed a spot.
Pure racist.
I just know with the Satchel Paige, I think he was confused more than racist.
Affiliated.
Hot market, we've heard it. Hot market houses sell in an hour. Listen, even if they sell in a few hours, you have to wait months to close. There's still inspections. There's still loans. There's still loan deadlines. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying not to do it. There are great people who can sell your house in a hurry. But what about if you don't want to fix it up, you don't want inspections, you don't want to pay commissions, you just want to check, you want to get out of town? I'll direct you to Homevestors. They'll give you a price and pay it immediately. It's that simple. So what if it's not what you want? Say no. There's no obligation. Give them a call. It could be your lucky day. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER.
Order up.
All right.
I think he truly thinks he knows. He knows. He thinks in his own mind. He knows what's good for black people.
Yes, I agree.
And that right there makes him racist. Literally to his core.
I'm not just Mark. I'm just saying what he said about Satchel Paige was because of his incompetency and his senility. He got the whole Negro baseball thing confused with a Negro baseball player, and it came out wrong.
I think when he came up, he used the word Negro all the fucking time. And it was probably normal in his household. And that's just the way it fucking was. So I don't think it was that off base for him to use it. He's probably been told, don't use it anymore, it's out.
This is Dan Kaplis. People often ask what the secret is to the many large jury verdicts and settlements that we've been fortunate to win. I tell them that our tactic is the
So super predator was actually coined by in '95 by a super predator.
What does that mean?
That's the term that Biden and the Clintons were bandying around.
Oh yeah, yeah, black people.
That was coined by this person named John J.
Fever is the
Illusion,
leading symptom
okay,
of COVID and
Junior,
the
he
flu,
coined the
and the
term
only way to reliably detect it is
for a
with an
November
accurate thermometer.
1995
Be
cover
vigilant and be accurate
in the
with the
weekly
Exogen
scan.
temporal scanner, whose accuracy has been proven
I forgot
in more
about
than
that. What did
100
Biden
clinical
say, though?
studies. Don't rely on
Many people
non-contact
repeated
thermometers.
it after.
They are proven to be
Just
inaccurate
using the
and
term.
will not reliably detect
That
a
was the
fever that might
genesis.
mean COVID. Be sure to seek medical advice at the first sign of fever.
I agree with you on that, the Jack, before.
But don't you agree with what I said about China? Who the fuck is immigrating into
Nobody wants to
China?
go.
So they
No one's gonna go. I want to go over to a I want to move to a communist.
That's my point. So they close their borders down.
You might want to go
Nobody,
visit.
nobody gets upset.
I'm going to fly over.
I wouldn't mind seeing that Great Wall.
Yeah.
I want to be on the good side.
Just so fewer changeovers and more time doing what we love.
I don't think there's a good side anymore because I think they own Mongolia. So it really doesn't matter which side you're on.
And as one goes leading them up, that's why they put their wall there.
You know how many hundreds of thousands of Chinese workers died putting up that wall?
Oh my God, it is so big. They say on satellite it's massive.
But it's incalculable the number of humans that were killed, that died building that.
Visit kp.org/Medicare to learn more.
Probably more than the pyramids.
I think a lot of people, too, going back to the racist stuff, don't realize the Democrats back in the day, they were the racists.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's what you stand for today. Not what your party should for to be.
It doesn't even matter what you stand for. It's the bullshit you spew if you're a politician.
Yeah,
It's the perception you give.
All bullshit.
Skyreef, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dave has a comment. Go ahead, Dave. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom. What's going on, bro?
Hi, Tom. I'm Dave, and I realize you're a consumer program, but it's turned a little political here in the last couple of minutes, and I just have one.
You know what? I can't help it all the time. When Mark can say what he wants.
That.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I realize that. But what I want to say is I'm not a fan of Biden to begin with. But number two thing I want to say is Biden can't read his own notes in front of his face. What he meant to say, I'm sure, was the great American Negro League player, Satchel Paige, but he got as far as the great American Negro, and that's as far
that could
as
be.
it got
You know
out
what,
of his
Dave?
mouth.
I could see that. You know, I'm not
I don't
one.
like the guy, but I got to stick up for that thing.
And here's the thing, Dave. There are a lot of people I don't like and a lot of people I do like, and I give people a break. I really do. I don't look for things, what's called confirmation bias. If I think someone's an idiot, I don't look for things to prove he's an idiot. Or if I love someone, I don't look for things to prove I love him. In fact, when it came to Trump, a lot of his policies I actually liked, but his personality grated me the wrong. It just grates me the wrong. I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind saying it. I really don't. His hand gestures, the way he is always just bragging about himself, just makes me sick. However, there are some things I like about him. With Biden, there's probably nothing I like about him, unfortunately. His personality seems to be pleasant. With Obama, there were a lot of good things I liked about him, a lot of things I didn't. But what I do is I honest to God look at what they're doing, because I have to look past their personalities. You got to. Now, I wish someone would just say to Trump, you don't have to be obnoxious, for God's sakes. You don't. No, seriously. I'm not saying, Mark, that he has to kiss butt or be, like you said, he's a non-politician.
No. All I'm saying is anybody can tell him that. He doesn't have the ability to change that.
I mean, if ever,
he doesn't have the ability to hear.
Like me telling you to calm down when a 90-year-old lady gets ripped off, honestly.
But anyway, Dave.
Trump was a man with a mission and accomplished the mission. He's not a typical politician, and that's one of the reasons he didn't get reelected, is because he did damn near everything he said he was going to do, and there was nothing. Most politicians, they BS the first 4 years, and they go, oh, just vote for me one more time, and I'll be glad to get that.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and the swamp turned on him, because we found out everybody's in the swamp.
By the way, Dave, thanks for calling, and again, You know, we talk about issues for damn sure. I try to put a consumer spin on them, but hey, we're not perfect here. We love you, though, so keep tuning in. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals, the best and original list. Also, my new consumer magazine is out, 303 Consumer.
Woo! That was good. Excellent day, gentlemen.
It's always good. Politics are always good.
I don't know how to delete those.
I don't mind doing it.